High school football is on. O-N-E. Now, the kickoff of the GWOC Game of the Week, exclusively on WONE. Live from the stadium, here's Geoff Kim and Scott Leo.
Hello, a pleasant good evening to you, and welcome to the GWOC Game of the Week here on Sports One. Both schools are 10-1. Of course, we did mention Centerville. Their only loss in the regular season the last 2 years to these very Wayne Warriors back in Week 8. The only loss this year came in Week 1 for the Wayne Warriors. 21-14 losers to Elder. Since then, they've run off 10 in a row, and they've been spectacular throughout this season. Let's get to your points of attack, David, and those points of attack are brought to you by Point Dry Cleaners.
Well, points of attack, you always want to go to the team that was defeated earlier when they played against each other. 38-0 was the last meeting, and Wayne took over that football game. And what they did against Centerville is that they just turned around and just put the pressure. They put 10 people in the box. They made things happen, but Centerville is going to run the football. They're going to continue to run the football. They're going to continue doing what they need to do. And I tell you what, it's going to be a pretty tough football game for that football team.
Let's pause for the playing of our nation's anthem. Marching band here with the playing of our nation's anthem, and we're just about set to go. Hey, I know we had the playing of our national anthem there, but anything further as far as those points of attack?
Well, like I said, running the football, how Centerville dominates a game by running the football. The first meeting between these two teams, it was they had the ball 67 times, and 65 of them they ran the football. So it was 38-0. They were still running the football. But on the other side of the football, the Wayne Warriors, wow, what a football team. We talked about the 1-2 punch of this football team in Early and Guilford. Kind of reminds me of the USC Trojans with Leinart and Bush in the backfield. And when you start talking about what this Wayne football team does, wow, they go a long way with those two particular players, Early and Guilford, and how the success of Wayne Warriors it goes with the hands and the arm of Early, and then the feet and the hands of Guilford. So it's going to be a exciting football game, and I think Centerville's defense got their hands full tonight or this afternoon against this Wayne football team.
And speaking of tonight, by the way, the winner of this ball game will go on to the Region 4 final to take on the winner of the nightcap in this double dip here at Paul Brown Stadium, St. X and Coleraine. Boy, you want to talk about a battle of titans there.
I tell you what, man, I've in the last 6 years I've been covering the high school football down here on 1360, the sports animal, and Coleraine and St. X, those are two highly powered and well-known football teams here in Cincinnati. And I tell you what, I would love to, and I'm saying it right now, partner, boy, I'd love to see one of these football teams from Dayton knock off this Cincinnati team so we can go further with them and have some fun and success like they did in Cincinnati.
The last time that happened, 1999. Wayne Warriors, these very Wayne Warriors who are on the field, made their way all the way to the state championship game through the Region 4, losing to St. Ignatius in the 99 season. We're just about set to go. Centerville has deferred, and we will see Wayne return the ball and get the ball first. They will go left to right on your radio dial. We're glad that you're along with us here on 980 Homer, the Sports Channel. Should be a good one between Wayne and Centerville, a rematch of two GWOC East Titans here in the playoffs. Lose and go home, win and advance. Chris Melhorn will be the man to kick things off for the Wayne Warriors. It'll be a double safety formation. It's like Donnie Evage and Dan Snyder for the Wayne Warriors. And it's a squib kick taken at the 30-yard line, returned by one of the upmen from about the 29, actually down to about the 34-yard line. That's number 2, Billy Veers, the starting wide receiver on this team, and we're just about set to go. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, you can see right there in Centerville, it's funny, they got their starting running backs, both Johnson and 33, Cravens on the kickoff team because of the speed. 2 players I think today will definitely get the footballs in their hands.
It's a shotgun look to start things out here in Cincinnati. The quarterback is Alex Early. Deep drop, tosses left, complete left. It's to his wide receiver across the 45. He's got first down yardage across out to the 49-yard line. Number 3, Aaron Curtis on the receiving end.
Yeah, right there you can see where Early just spreads out that offense. And what they do to Centerville's defense is they take those linebackers and put them out in space. And when you get them out in space, now you got a linebacker covering a wide receiver, and that's why Curtis picked up the quick little hitch there from Early and actually picked up about 5 or 6 yards after the catch to move the chains.
Curtis out. Dan Snyder will take his place. Shotgun look. A pair of running backs in the backfield with Early. Pair of wides to the left. Fake right. Now the keeper by the quarterback left. He's down the sideline to the 40, down to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. He's in. Touchdown.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Better late than never. Early takes it off the left side there. He fakes the handoff to one of his running backs, and he was going to pitch it to his tailback and decided he kept it, went down the sideline, broke 1 tackle. And I tell you what, I hadn't seen the speed of Early, but right there he ran away from everybody to get to the end zone.
A quick 6 for Alex Early, and with 11:20 left to play in this opening quarter, the Wayne Warriors have a 6-0 lead. Waiting on the point after. The holder will be the starting quarterback Early. Here is the kick. The point after. She is up and she is through. Josh Fickert adds the point after. And with 11:20 left to play here in this first quarter, it's Wayne 7 and Centerville nothing. It's the GWalk Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. And 7-0 in favor of the Wayne Warriors. By the way, we neglected to mention at the top of our broadcast, the opening kickoff was brought to you by EGA Motorsports. If the opening kickoff was returned for a touchdown, we would have had something to offer you, a car starter, but that wasn't the case. But we will tell you that the scoring drive summary is brought to you by Planet Ford. 2 plays, 65 yards, capped off by Alex Early's 51-yard scamper off the left side. And, David, I was surprised how open he was getting into the open field.
Well, I tell you what, there were a couple of missed tackles right there at the line of scrimmage, but the speed of Early just got down the sideline. And, boy, I tell you what a way to make a statement. If you're the Wayne Warriors, you know, you scored 38 points against them in the first meeting, and you come out 7 quick ones. Boy, you're up 45-0 quick.
They're to kick it off from his own 40. It's a end-over-end kick taken at the 2-yard line. Return man up to the 10, up across the 15, and a hard hit at the 17-yard line.
Wow, what a shot.
There's some black and blue definitely down there. The first man to reach the return man, number 33, James Cravens, that we list as a linebacker and as a fullback.
I'll tell you what, number 94 for the Wayne Warriors right there, Chris Williams, a defensive end on special teams, put a good shot right there on Cravens inside the 20.
Well, we have the flex bone look. Actually, it looks like an eye to start things off here for Centerville. This is a little unusual.
Fumble.
And the give, the fullback, a fumble on the play, and the back judge says that it's going to stay in possession of Centerville. Yeah, so a little sleight of hand to one of the upbacks, and that's James Cravens, by the way, but nothing to go on, and in fact, he'll bring up second down.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, I was watching this offense against Northmont, and they were running the wing tee, and then the guys flexed out on the wing there, and they come out early here with the I-backs because of the speed of the transfer from Chaminade Julienne, Will Johnson.
Dan Drake is the quarterback. He options to the right. He keeps it himself. across the line of scrimmage, past the 20, down to about the 23-yard line. So a nice little keeper for the quarterback, Drake. And let's give you the starting lineups here for the Centerville Elks. Chase Collins, Drew Davis, Ryan Breed, Nick Schneider, and Steve Pytosh up front. Scott Baldwin and Kevin Foligno are the starting wideouts. Dan Drake is the quarterback. The running backs in the three running back formation, Tony Foligno, Robert Ponder, and the fullback is Will Johnson. Third down and call it a long 4. Spot the ball at the 23-yard line. Man in motion is Ponder, motioning to the right. Keeping it to the right, and now the pitch back to Johnson as he takes it across the 25, down to about the 27 to 28, now to the 29-yard line. He has first down yardage.
Yeah, right there. Drake just pitched that football, faked the dive right there to Cravens, pitched it out there to Johnson. And the one thing I was very impressed about Johnson last week was after he got hit at the line of scrimmage, the yards that he picked up, and there he was hit about the 25 and wind up getting to the 29 to first down Centerville.
First and 10, they'll spot the ball at the 29 with 9:43 remaining here in this opening quarter. Drake under center. The fakes to give, now options to the left, and he rolls left, and he is snowed under. Number 26, Jeff Cleveland from his linebacking spot, a first-team All-GWAC East contender. He got the tackle.
Yeah, Cleveland right there did not go for the fake, and he hit Drake right at the line of scrimmage, and actually Drake looked like he may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but he was right there on his key. Cleveland was for no play.
Chris Williams, Martin Channels, Yusef Waddell, Charlie Williams up front for Wayne. The aforementioned Cleveland. Lauren Womack and Tyson Patrick are the linebackers. We'll give you the rest here after this play. Second and 10 with 9:02 remaining here in this first quarter. Back to pass is Drake. He's got a man open out of the 50. To the 30, to the 30, down the sideline, to the 20, to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, James Craven.
Are you kidding me?
Unbelievable. Robert Ponder actually on the receiving, not Cravens, but what a play. Yeah, and we have not seen it all year by Centerville.
Boy, I tell you what, I talked about how many times Centerville ran the football in the last game against this Wayne football team. 67 plays, 66 of them were runs, 1 pass, and here we are, not even into the ball game. And what do? They fake the dive to Cravens. They got the Wayne defensive linebackers to shoot up towards the gap, and there was number 23, the running back, out of the backfield. Ponder to catch the pass about 10 yards over the line of scrimmage, and then he just a foot race to the end zone.
The point after by Chris Melhorn. Good snap, good place. The kick is up. She is through. And an amazing start to this first quarter here in Cincinnati. We are knotted up at 7 apiece. It's the GWAC Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. What a first quarter we've seen already in Cincinnati. We are knotted up at 7 apiece. An amazing drive, and you wouldn't think it the way things had gone. And let's give you the scoring drive here by Planet Ford. An 82-yard drive on 5 plays. Drake to Ponder on a 70-yard touchdown pass for Centerville.
Yes, I tell you what, Centerville throwing the football. You know, you when you think you know somebody, you think you know what you're going to do to stop them. What does Centerville do? They come out here with the eye backs and all the speed and the power in the backfield. Drake drops a pass off there to Ponder, and he takes it to the house.
Melhorn on the kick. Short end over end taken at the 15. Return man to the 20, to the 25. Cuts up the middle, spins at the 30. Now the ball's loose on the ground, and it comes out after the play down at the 33-yard line. A nice return there by Donnie Evich.
That was a helmet. That was a helmet lost there by number 16 from the Elks. Lost his helmet. Tyler Rapogel lost his helmet on the hit there. Looked like the football, but good return there by the Warriors.
So Wayne will get the ball. Their second position. They'll start off in good shape at their own 33-yard line. Early in the shotgun, back to pass, looking over the middle. It is complete to Billy Veers at the 45 on the near hash mark. He goes about 4 more and is knocked down right at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, it looked like about a 15-yard slant there, or a skinny post to his number 1 target right there. Early kind of got it out there to Veers. Perfectly thrown football there, and Centerville's defense playing zone, and Veers got behind the linebackers. Perfectly thrown football by Early.
Cole Silliman on the stop. Alex Early is the quarterback. Donnie Evich and Joe Guilford are the running backs, by the way. And we see the little scat back, Guilford, in the backfield. Guilford, the fake to Guilford over to the left, and now Early will keep around the right side to midfield, cuts back inside of the 45, down the sideline, past the 40, out to the 36-yard line. And boy, Alex Early in the early going showing his speed.
Yeah, Early right there just wants to make it early enough to put this Wayne football team on top here. Right there, he just faked the handoff to his speedy back in Guilford and just took it off the right side. They lined up in those 3 and 4 wideouts, spreading the linebackers out in space. And when they faked the handoff to Guilford, everybody followed Guilford and left Early alone, and he moved the chains as they're inside the 40-yard line of Centerville.
I formation look, man motioning right to left. That is Dan Snyder, and now the toss to Snyder off the right side, incomplete, out of the 31-yard line. Ball was thrown a little short by Alex Early, and it'll bring up second down.
Yeah, it brought Snyder in motion to the short side of the field and tried to run him to the out. And then Early threw the football a little bit down on the ground there, and was really nothing that Snyder could do. The ball was thrown pretty low.
The front line, Lee Washington, Mike Conrad, Corey Otto is the center, Eric Heckendorn, and Jeremy Shrevas, who's a first-team All-Gewok East player. 5 wideouts, all alone in the backfield is Early. And then he'll take it right up the middle himself, right into that front line, and he gains a couple of yards on second down. Big front line, by the way, for Centerville. Joe Denniston, Simon O'Bowd, Kevin Hens, and Brad Hull.
Yeah, the front line right there for Centerville didn't go for any kind of fake there. I don't know what the game plan was called or the play call on that one for Early. He just took the snap and just tried to run it off tackle. And, boy, there he was, met right there at the line of scrimmage by a host of the white shirts.
3rd down and 8. They'll spot the ball at the 33-yard line. 7:16 left to play here in this opening quarter. We're tied at 7. Trips to the top side. Early back to pass out of the shotgun. Slips out and he's sacked. Sacked back at the 48-yard line. Cameron Bowman out of his linebacker spot. 5'10", 200-pound senior. Will have to force Wayne to punt.
Yeah, right there, though. They were 3rd down and long. And Bowman came on a blitz up the middle. Nobody picked him up. Actually beat the tackle to get to the quarterback early and dropped him for a sack.
It will be Josh Fickert back to punt. He's at his own 47-yard line. Good snap. The punt is away. It's a low liner, and it hits the ground out at the Centerville 22. It takes a nice elk roll all the way down to the 15-yard line. So no return off a punt that goes 24 yards, but it does the job, and it puts Centerville inside their own 20.
Yeah, right there. He kind of shanked that one off his foot. No pressure. Ball was kind of snapped pretty low, but when he came up to punt, it came off that right foot like a 9-iron on a 140-yard par 3 that you hit about 100 yards.
You sound like a man who knows his way around the golf course.
Play a little golf, man. I tell you what, if you can't get a 9-iron to the green, there's something wrong.
Elks will take over on the near hash mark at their own 15-yard line. Wing T look, actually that flex bone look, if you will, for the pair of ends. Fullback is Will Johnson, and now the quarterback keeping it himself and nowhere to go. Actually, no, they gave it up to the fullback, and, that's what this offense is designed to do, to give us a lot of sleight of hand, and I know you had the Eagles' eyes on there, and the fullback gained it for about 4.
Yeah, that's this is an offense where if you're on defense, you got some serious responsibilities, and responsibilities, if you got quarterback, stay with quarterback. If you got fullback, you have to stay with the fullback, and if you got pitch, you got to go get him, and there's a lot of times that ball will be exchanged, and you never know where it is.
2nd down. The give to the second man through Will Johnson. He is stacked up. He got a couple on there, but no further against that big line. Martin Channel's leading the way.
Yeah, right there. Drake just faked the first handoff to Cravens and tried to come back across the counter to Will Johnson, but the host of the red shirts was right there in the line of scrimmage. And I said this last week in Centerville's victory over Northmont, with all the speed that you got in Johnson, get him out there in space and let him utilize his talent.
3rd down and 3, down in distance for the Elks. Drake is under center. He gives to the Johnson right across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. He needed to get to the 25. He got a couple more than that, and they'll move the chain.
Yeah, 1st down right there, just handing off to Will Johnson with the power and the speed that he has. He was actually in the fullback position. He's been lining up fullback, lining up tailback, but right there he just took the handoff from Drake and right up the middle there to move the chains for Centerville.
Up front for the Elks, Chase Collins, Drew Davis, Ryan Breed, Nick Schneider, and Steve Pytosh, and they've done the job all season long. 5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Drake pitches it back. It's to Johnson, and he was going to lose yardage there. Lose it back to the 25-yard line. That's a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, what a play right there. Keith Dixon, the left corner was right there. They kind of threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage to Johnson, and Johnson was tripped up right there about the 15-yard line. I'm sorry, the 25-yard line. So he wound up losing 2 yards on the play, but a great play by the left corner, Keith Dixon.
They spot the ball on the far hash mark at the 25, 2nd down and 12. Drake is under center once more, and he'll option to the far side, and the running back is Johnson, is stacked up right there at the line.
Woo! What a shot.
Fantastic hit there by Lamar Cook.
I tell you what, Lamar Cook wearing number 33. Love to see a guy wearing that number 33 do his job. Coming up from his defensive back position. Strong safety. Did a good shot right there. As you can see here, we're looking up on the screen here, and he put a good shot on him. Cravens, 33, hitting 33 for no gain.
Dixon, and you had mentioned Lamar Cook as well in that defensive backfield. Brandon Davis as well as Brian Womack. And that's Lauren's younger brother. 3rd down and 11. Spread out look here for the Elks, and we have a false start, looks like, on the Elks.
Yeah, a little movement right there by the left guard. Number 68 for the Elks trying to get out there, trying to make something happen. Number 68, T.J. Hall. It's junior, 5'10", 240. Tried to get out there on the defensive end to protect his quarterback, but it looked like the Elks right there were going to line up to throw the football.
Well, and, since we saw in that opening drive that they did decide to go with a deep ball, Wayne can be beat by the long pass. Trips to the top side. Drake is under center. Lone back is Johnson. He gives Johnson up the middle, and he gains a couple of yards, but they were hoping for a little sleight of hand. He'd get a little bit more, but they'll have to punt.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing about the Centerville offense. No matter what the down and distance is, I think they caught Wayne earlier when that big bomb 70-yarder to Ponder. But right there, 3rd down and long, 3rd and 15, and you hand the ball off to your fullback, Cravens, and he only picks up 3.
They'll punt from their own 25. P.J. Powell back to kick. The return man, single safety, out at the 40. Looks like Joe Guilford. Punt is away. It's a high spiraling kick that touches down at the Wayne 38. Takes a nice Elk roll, and it rolls all the way to the near sideline, past 30, down to the 26-yard line. Not a bad kick at all.
No, not a bad kick. That ball bounced right about the 40, partner. Rolled all the way down to the 26-yard line, and a lot of times when you're the punt return guys that you want to go up there, if there's no possibility of returning it, get up there and fair catch that football. He lost almost 20 yards. 15 yards on that ball once it hit the ground, and that's 15 yards that Centerville will not be able to get back. Sorry. Wayne won't get back.
That's a 49-yard punt with no return. Ouch. 1st down and 10. Spot the ball at the 26-yard line. 2:42 left to play here in this opening quarter. We're tied at 7. Alex early in the shotgun. He has Guilford in motion. He's going right to left into a slot on the far side. Now he waits for the receiver on the little screen, and he's stacked up. Centerville was not fooled at all by that one.
Yeah, that was trying to get that ball out to Guilford. Guilford goes in motion, catches the football right about the 21-yard line in the backfield. Boy, but the host of the Elks, led by number 41, Joe Dennison, right there on top of it for the Elks, and Wayne loses a yard.
2nd down and 11 coming on up. Wayne taking their time out of the huddle. On the far hash mark, and of course we're seeing the NFL hash marks here, so you got a set of 4 hash marks here. So it's to the far left. Early's in the shotgun. This time with Evich. He rolls right. He looks long. He throws long. Home run ball for Fierce. He's got it at midfield. Spins around at the 45. Knocked out of bounds at the 40.
I tell you what, there's a flag on the field there. It looked like that, from my point of view, it looked like Veers may have pushed off in the back. I have a feeling this might be coming back.
Matt Miller out of his cornerback spot on the tackle. They will come on back. We'll hear from the head official, Tom Graham. Wow, that's just tough. And you had such a great play in the works on that rollout right.
Well, I tell you what, he was rolling out right early and he threw the football up in the air to Veers. And I just looked at it up on the screen right there, and I tell you what, I didn't see it pass interference. It's just the defensive back that was covering Veers lost the football and lost where Veers was, and Veers just jumped up and made a catch.
They'll bring the ball all the way back from the spot of the foul, all the way back 15 yards. So
you lose a down.
So it's 3rd and 23. They'll spot the ball just outside the 13-yard line. Early by himself in the shotgun with trips to the top side. He fakes the pass left, and now he takes off across the 20, comes to the near side, still on his feet down to the 24-yard line. So he picks up pretty good yards, an 11-yard scamper off a little sleight of hand, and the tackle made by Simon Abode.
Yeah, also Matt Miller, the defensive back, coming up from his deep safety position to stop the play there. But I tell you what, they looked at that pass interference up there on the big monitor, and they showed it a couple of more times, and sure enough, early the pass was completed, and Veers did not push off, but that was a good defensive stand right there by Centerville.
Just over a minute left to play here in this first quarter. We're tied up at 7, 4th and 12. They will punt. Josh Bickert, who has been fantastic on both sides of the duties as far as special teams, both kicking conversions and on punting. He punts this one away. It's a spiraling kick out to the 37-yard line. Fumbled there and recovered by the return man.
Wow, pressure. Pressure right there from the punt. Number 28 for the Elks.
Cole
Silliman had an opportunity just to catch it cleanly. Dropped it on the ground, but he fell on the ground to recover it.
Well, tough going there nearly for the Elks, but they get the ball back with 44 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. We got a good one so far, 7-7 here in Cincinnati.
Both teams come out the gate, first possessions, move the football down the field with ease, and now the defenses have taken over, slowing both teams down.
Drake is under center. Calling the shots at the line, might be changing things up a little bit. Now he'll hold on to it, and he is snowed under from behind. Did the ball come loose at the end of the play? No,
right there, Cravens. Cravens, the fullback. I tell you, the quarterback and running back exchange, watching them last week against Northmont was very, very difficult. And here they are here today. There's been a lot of problems. Once you put that football inside the belly, that fullback thinks he's going to keep the ball, and it belongs to him. But it's not in there for him to keep because he's trying to pull it out. And before you know it, you get him tangled up, and that's what just happened there for no gain.
Pair of backs in the backfield, if you will. Johnson will dot the I. 5 ticks of the clock. They'll see if they can get a final play off here in the quarter. The quarterback, he gives it to the fullback. Cravens up ahead for a couple of yards, and that's how the first quarter will end. Your score after one quarter here in Cincinnati, we're tied up between Wayne and Centerville, 7 apiece. It's the G-Walk Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the Sports Animal. Second quarter set to unfold here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. I'm Geoff Kim, along with Bengal great David Fulcher. We're knotted up at 7. Just big plays punctuating the first quarter by both teams, but the defenses have now settled in.
Yeah, I believe the defense is now exactly knowing what the offense is throwing at them. It's like a boxing fight, a heavyweight fight here. Definitely, we got two of the best in Dayton coming here to play in this game, but a heavyweight fight. The first couple of rounds, you throw everything you can, and then you settle down and realize that, it's going to be a 15-round, a full quarter football game, and see what happens from there.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Drake coming under center. Johnson dotting the I. And now he options back to Johnson. He comes up front across the 40, has some speed, still on his feet at the 45, and knocked backwards at the 46-yard line. Jeff Cleveland put a forearm shiver into him, but a good gain there for Johnson.
Well, that's the one thing that Johnson brings to the table, is that he is so fast and so strong that he gets to the line of scrimmage very, very quick, and his momentum was going forward. But Cleveland came up from his safety position and put a good shot on him, but he knocked him off balance because of the movement that Johnson was going.
The ball is at the 46-yard line. Drake comes under center.
Boy, big play here.
4th down. 4th and 1. Huge play here. Drake Wayne showing blitz. He gives to the up man, and he is stacked up right at the line. Wayne says they will get the ball back.
I tell you what, the official on this side looks like he's got a first down mark. The one on the far side coming from Centerville side to us, he looked like he was behind the first down marker. This is going to be pretty close.
Very close. They have motioned the flagman to come out and measure.
But you look at it on the sideline there, partner, it looks like that ball needs to be right about at the 47-yard line. And it's between the 47 and the 46-yard line. Boy, this is going to be pretty close. You'll hear the noise, and I believe it is not a first down. No, it isn't. Wow.
Short by a half yard.
Wow.
Good job by the Wayne front 8 in that case.
Yeah, right there. Cleveland coming up from a safety spot. And once again, when Centerville runs that offense, they put 11 guys in between the tackles, so that tells the Wayne defense, you can put 11 in there too. Instead of having 5 or 6 guys in the box, they got 11 guys in the box, and that's why the defense stood tall right there for Wayne.
The Warriors are in good field position. This is their best starting position here so far in the ball game. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line of the Elks. Early's in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking long. Now has to roll out of the pocket. He is sacked all the way back to his own 38-yard line. First man in. Number 78, Kevin Hens.
Yeah, right there. I didn't understand what Wayne was trying to do because all their wide receivers ran about 5 yards and turned around and stopped. I think there was a miscommunication between Early and maybe the play call because he was looking to throw that football. It looked like maybe setting up a screen, but nobody moved at all to give him any help. And sure enough, the defense right there, led by Kevin Hines, was right there on top of him.
16-yard loss, second down and 26. Again, Early in the shotgun with Guilford to the left. Now thinking long. Now will tuck it under and keep it himself. And I think he might have even lost yardage off of this keeper, maybe a loss of 1.
Boy, I tell you what, they are really putting some pressure on Early. Look like they're kind of confused up there. I don't know if the defensive front for the Elks are doing some gaming and some switching, but right now they're right there in Early's face, and he can't get anything off.
Jeremy Cash on the stop. Third down and 27. He did lose a yard. We're just under 10 minutes left to go here in this half. We're knotted up at 7 apiece. And boy, we weren't kidding when we said the defenses were taking over this ball game.
That they are.
Early again in the shotgun. He has one running back to his left, and that's Evage, and now he'll go long down the sideline. It is incomplete. Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Intended out there for number 1, Joe Guilford.
Yeah, Guilford running up the sideline, but he was covered by Brian Gaylor, the defensive back there for the Elks. It was like an out and up for Guilford. Early tried to get up the sideline, but threw the ball out of bounds.
Cole Silliman back at his own 30-yard line to return this punt. Josh Fickert waiting at his own 26. Good snap. The punt is away. Low liner taken at the 27. And now Silliman finds a crease out to the far side. Wayne catches up. Now he breaks through out to the 40 and out to the 41-yard line.
Good return right there by Silliman. End over end punt there. He caught it on the move and got up the field. Caught it right about the 30 or the 27-yard line and ran it all the way up to about the 42, 43-yard line. Ran through a few red shirts before he was tackled right there at the 42-yard line.
Stephen Curtis on the stop for the Wayne Warriors, but not after a good, hefty 14-yard return by Silliman. First and 10, spot the ball at the Elk 42-yard line. 9:28 left to play here in this second quarter. Got a man in motion to the right. And now, fake give inside. Now the give inside actually to Ponder as he takes it across the 45. Actually, it's Cravens down to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Cravens right there, man. Just gets the basically that it's a dive. They're going to dive the ball right there, give it to the fullback, and Ponder right there. I'm sorry, not Ponder, but Cravens run the football right up the middle as Drake gives it to him. And once again, Drake is just reading the defensive ends for the Wayne Warriors. If they come up the field, he just gives the ball to the fullback. If they go down with the fullback, he'll keep it, run around the corner, either pitch it or keep it himself.
Cravens in the backfield along with Johnson, man motioning right to left. And now the pitch out by Drake. He gives to Johnson across the 50, out to the sideline, to the 40, down the sideline to the 30, and he is knocked out of bounds out of the 26-yard line. A trio of Wayne Warriors led by Jeff Cleveland, but not after a huge gain by Will Johnson.
Yeah, Will Johnson right there. I talked about getting him out in space right there, which I don't understand why they always want to go to the short side of the field, but they pitched it to Johnson. He was tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and I think that's the one reason why he did not take that thing to the house. Good block out there by Cravens, but he went off Cravens' inside shoulder and got down the sideline. Well, luckily there was 26 there, Cleveland, to knock him out of bounds.
25-yard gain for the Elks. They're in Fat City with 8:40 left to play here in the second quarter. Tied up at 7. Drake under center is single back this time. Looks like Johnson. Man motioning to the right, gives to Johnson up the middle. Actually, it's Cravens across the 25, down to the 20, out to about the 19, that makes it the 18-yard line.
And right there, they took Johnson out, brought in Ponder. Ponder comes in motion. He hands the football off to Cravens right up the middle. Picks up about 8 yards on the play, but it was just power football as Cravens was leaning forward, had the secondary there to make the tackle.
Second down and 2, down in distance with 8:11 left to play here in this half. Under center is Drake. Tony Folino motioning right to left. The give off the left side. On a second effort, trying to fight for the first down is Cravens again. He's going to come up, I think, a little bit short of that first down.
Yeah, right there. Just tried to give it to Cravens to pick up the first down. Turned around and kind of read the D lineman, but right there, the nose tackle. Nose tackle for the Wayne Warriors was right there met him at the line of scrimmage and dropped him down for no gain.
Third down and 2. The ball's at the 18-yard line. Drake back under center. I formation. Johnson dotting the I. Drake on the keep. And now the toss back. It goes to Johnson across the 15, down to the 13-yard line. And they will give him the first down.
Well, I tell you what, it's really quick in there. There's so much confusion, so much traffic in there between the quarterback and his backs. Pitches that football out to Johnson. Just as he pitched the football out, Drake, that is, pitched it out to Johnson. He was hitting right there in the mouth by the defensive end. Great job there, but a good block by Cravens. He bounced off Cravens' inside shoulder to pick up the first down.
Brandon Davis on the stop, but not before a gain of 5 by Johnson. First and 10, spot the ball at the 13. It's at one of the middle hash marks, and a stoppage in play, a timeout. Timeout with 7:10 left to play here in this half. We'll take 1-2. We're tied up at 7 here in Cincinnati. It's the GWalk Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. 7:10 remaining here in this first half. We're tied up at 7 apiece. Geoff Kim, David Fulcher, glad to have you along. Special thanks to our on-site engineer, Fern Howard, as well as our studio engineer and halftime host, and you will hear him at the halftime. And, of course, that is the Goombot, Dave Alexander. Hats off to you guys as well. Hats off to the men on the field as well. And we're seeing Centerville on quite a drive right now, but it really has been the defense that's punctuated this first half.
Yeah, the defenses on both sides of the football have done a whole lot, and Centerville's defense has stepped up to the plate. And I think that, talking about Centerville, Centerville actually plays pretty well when they're on top. If Wayne's defense can stop them here and at least hold them for a field goal, keeps them right in the ball game.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line. The number 3 rushing attack in the entire GWalk were the Elks, but it's a little deceiving because so much of what they do is based upon sleight of hand and ball control. Drake is under center. Johnson will dot the I. And now the give back, it goes to the fullback, Cravens, and he takes it up the gut for good yardage out to about the 6-yard line. Not too bad on first down.
No, not bad at all. Cravens right there just took the ball right off his quarterback Drake's hand because Drake was getting pounded right there by number 97 for the Wayne Warriors. Number 97, Martin Channels, hit him right there in the mouth as he gave the football to Cravens, but Cravens picks up 8 yards.
Second team GWalk East selection is Channels. Second down, and the call to long 2. Spot the ball just outside the 5-yard line. Here's Drake is under center. Fakes the give, and actually the give up the middle for a couple yards. Not quite to the first down marker.
I'll tell you what, Cravens right there just took the dive. Met again by Martin Channels. Channel's right there on his right defensive end, right defensive tackle position. Met Cravens right at the line of scrimmage and actually didn't even move a ball at all. Still 3rd and 2.
Little surprised considering all the movement we saw up on the line. 3rd down and 2 with 6:02 remaining here in this first half. Drake comes under center. Johnson dotting the I once more. Polino spotted to the left side. The option keep, and now he swings forward, tries to dive forward across the 4, close to the first down. I think they're going to spot him about a yard short.
No, it's going to be close. He actually was going to pitch that football. He had both his fullback and tailback outside of him. Drake turning it up inside, saw a hole, but just as he stepped into the hole, he was met by a host of red shirts, led by Martin Channels again. Martin Channels lining up left and right tackle. That time he was on the right side. They ran right at him again, and he was right there to shut it down.
Channels very quick on his feet, and I tell you, big and strong. So we got a timeout on the field. The Elks want to talk it over on 4th down. We'll take a timeout here as well. 5:21 left to go in the half. Tied at 7. It's the GWalk Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. 7-7 here at Paul Brown Stadium with 5:21 left to play here in this first half. We got a good one going, and, you know, this is so unlike the game that you saw between these two teams back in Week 8. It was a 38-0 blowout at the hands of the Wayne Warriors.
Well, first of all, you had Hemingway, the starting quarterback, wasn't playing. You had Drake coming into the game, and obviously Drake does know a little bit about the offense, but he does other things for this football team, and it was just so much speed that was shown on the defense for the Wayne Warriors, and here they are. This is, I mean, you got to think about it, man. This is you win, you're in, you lose, you go home, and I don't think anybody wants to go home, and that's why we got a good battle going on.
Look what we got here. 4th down, a huge play here in this first half, and the Elks will go for it. Drake comes under center. Ball's at the 4-yard line. They need a yard to get the first down. Drake, the give.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if he got it.
From the spot right there, unless they got a movement. I see one referee up top. He was standing right on the 5-yard line. I see the other referee here from the far side here is standing right about the 4. Boy, this is going to be close. Good second effort. Whoever had the football.
Will Johnson. And the Wayne Warriors stop the Elks.
Wow.
That's the second straight drive we've seen the Warriors come up strong on defense.
Partner, they had to get to the 4-yard line. The ball is sitting on the 4. But I'm assuming that it's a little bit closer than it was. And they didn't want to take a measurement. And sure enough, the Wayne defense, we talked about that defense. Defense is winning ball games. And right now, the defense for Wayne kept Centerville out the end zone.
Well, the good news is you stop the Elks from scoring. The bad news is you are in the shadow of your own end zone. 3 wideouts, a pair to the near side. The gift goes to Guilford across the 5-yard line. Still on his feet, spins across the 10-yard line. Flag down as he's tackled.
I think it might be a holding right there. Number 6, the wide receiver for Wayne, Nick Childers, was right there, and the referee threw it right at Childers. So yeah, ouch. You can see that holding right there. The referee, as we look at the scoreboard here, and they'll show it, you can see Childers, number 6, right out here. There it is right there. It just passed through. He was holding the corner for Centerville.
Well, David, given what we saw on first down, and, of course, the holding penalty, do you go for a home run right off the bat here and try and loosen up this Elk defense?
Spread them out. Try to make something happen.
4 wides, a pair on each side. The give goes up the middle to the running back, out to about the 5-yard line.
You know, this is the part of the field that you really don't want to make a mistake, and you try to play conservative because you do not want to turn the football over, but you got to take a chance to get it out there. And with Early in the arm that he has and the receivers that he's got on the outside, Veers and Childers, along with Guilford coming out the backfield, throw the ball down the field and try to make something happen.
So a gain of 3 for Guilford on the play, 2nd down and the long 9 with 4:25 remaining in this first half. Pitch back, it goes to Guilford, tries to sprint out to the far sideline, goes out to the sideline, knocked out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Nothing right there. Didn't move the football. Nothing happened. Basically, the ball is right back where it was because of the defense for Centerville sitting right there at the line of scrimmage, protecting the running game, and they're just kind of shutting it down right now as Wayne's trying to get the ball out the end zone but can't do it.
So actually a gain of 1 as he stepped out of bounds right about the 6-yard line. 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Centerville right now holds them here. Good possibility of having some good field position if they can shut them down here.
Well, they're going to spread them out, sideline to sideline. Trips to the near side, a pair to the right. Early in the shotgun, he'll run to the near side, come up front, now cuts back inside about the 10-yard line, dives forward to about the 11 where he's tackled. Not enough for a first down, but at least it gives his punter a little breathing room.
Yeah, he needed to get out to the 15-yard line, gets about to the 12. But good defense right there by Centerville. Didn't give up anything there. And I'm kind of shocked that Wayne right there didn't even throw the football. But I said it before the play started, or this drive started. You can't afford to make a mistake. And right there, they just played conservative to make sure that they didn't give up any points in the end zone.
Josh Fickert to kick it away from his own end zone, 2 yards deep. Cole Silliman back to return.
Wow.
And he's going to backpedal all the way back to the 40, down to the 35-yard line, and he calls for the fair catch.
What a kick.
Wow.
What a kick. Standing in his own end zone right there. Kicked it from about 3 yards deep in the end zone. The ball was finally caught at the 36-yard line of Centerville. What a pretty good punt from the end zone all the way out there. Over 65 yards on the punt.
From where he kicked it, in the end zone. And then officially, Bill, the punt that's all on the fly, by the way. The punt itself on the net goes for 50 yards. And it's 1st and 10 for the Elks at their own 36-yard line. Wow. I tell you what, sometimes special teams make such a difference in a ball game.
No, it's part of the game. There's 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. And right now, Wayne's defense is playing well. And in the special teams, it just added a good punt there to help things out.
Johnson dots the I. Foligno motioning to the right. Drake on the option now, throws over the middle. It is nearly picked off. They try to go for the home run again over the middle. This time, Wayne played back in the secondary.
Well, I tell you what, though, Wayne was beat, but I want to give all the credit, once I find that number, to number 9 for the Wayne defense. Number 9, the linebacker, Tyson Patrick. If it wasn't for Tyson Patrick, that may have been a touchdown. He put the heat on Drake. He hit Drake right in the chest as he was throwing the football. So Tyson Patrick, that one's for you, bud. He puts the pressure on him and almost intercepted by the secondary, number 10 for the Wayne Warriors. Don't see the number here, but he had a great chance of intercepting that football.
Scott Baldwin just couldn't come up with it. Here's the keeper by the quarterback, Drake, across the 40, out to the 45. Very close to first down yardage. A gain of 9 on the keeper.
Yeah, right there. He just kept the football himself. And I tell you what, it's a funny offense, man. 1 minute you think the ball's going to the fullback, pitching to the tailback, your quarterback keeps it, and when you finally look up and try to figure out who it is, it's somebody who you didn't think had it, and right there, Drake kept it for 9 yards.
Second down, or beg your pardon, 3rd down and 1. They'll spot the ball at the 45-yard line, right in the middle of the field, at the head of the Bengal Tiger. They give now the pitch back. It goes to Cravens on his feet, across. He's got the first down yardage, and he dives forward for about another. He needed 1. He got 2.
Good saving tackle out there by number 22, Brandon Davis. Davis coming up from his cornerback position as Drake pitched the football off to Cravens, and Drake was being pulled down right there by Martin. But number 22, the corner, Brandon Davis, saved maybe more than what he did right there for the first down.
I formation look this time for the Elks. Foligno's out on a wing to the right. And now the option, the pitch back, it goes to Johnson. He sprints out to the near side, and a great job by number 14, Keith Dixon, to hang on and wait for the rest of his troops as he holds them to nothing.
Yeah, great pursuit right there by the defense of Wayne, but once again, like you said, Keith Dixon comes up from his cornerback position. Looked like he may have had something going there in Johnson, but he tried to bounce outside. He should have stayed inside behind his lead fullback, Cravens, but there was Dixon to make the play, and then the host of the red shirts came as he was holding on to pin him down for no gain.
Second down and 10. They'll spot the ball at the 48-yard line. They're on the near hash mark. Johnson again will dot the I. Cravens in the backfield as a fullback. Dan Drake is the quarterback. The fake give now to the second man through, and Johnson off left tackle across midfield down to the 45. It looks like he has first down yardage all the way down to about the 42-yard line of Wayne.
Boy, I tell you what, that right there just showed the power and the strength that this kid Johnson has, because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage, and as he was bouncing off players, he just still got his feet moving and churning, didn't even want to go to the ground. And I tell you what, that little extra effort may have gotten him a first down, and as they are moving the chains,
So he does get a first down. Will Johnson, 6'2", 205 pounds, just a junior.
I tell you what, they're moving the chains before the officials said it was first down. Trying to look over there and see what color of those shirts they got on the chain gang. Look like I see a little black and gold in those chain gangs over there, and they're ready to move the sticks.
First and 10. Or it should be 3rd and short, but they still have 1st and 10 up on the board. Drake on the keeper off the left side. He'll dive forward off the left side for the first down. Out to about the 40-yard line.
Now you can move the chains, guys. They had those chains moved. It was 3rd down and about short. I think the scoreboard operator already had it the first down because they saw the chains move. But right there, Drake kept the football off left tackle to move the chains.
We got 45 ticks of the clock left to go here in this half. The Elks are going to have to hurry because they're a slow, methodical offense. They need a home run right here. Johnson dotting the I. Drake on the keeper, pitches back. And now Johnson on the halfback option.
Got him.
He throws down the field, complete. 10-5 touchdown.
Wow.
Number 89, Scott Baldwin. And there's your home run.
I tell you what, I saw it coming. The pursuit by the Wayne defense was trying to get in there and stop the run. Boy, I tell you what a play. Johnson just kind of lobbed it up in the air and got his receiver, number 89, the big fella.
Number 89, Scott Baldwin.
Scott Baldwin right there just takes the catch. And I tell you what, the whole entire pursuit of the Wayne defense was at the line of scrimmage to stop the run. What a great call right there by the coordinator for Centerville.
Here's Melhorn on the point after. Good snap. Place. Kick is up, and she is through. 29 ticks of the clock left to go here in this half, and Wayne has hit a home run. Beg your pardon, Centerville has hit a home run in this one, 14-7.
That they did. Running play right there just looked like it was going to be the option. Pitched it out there to Will Johnson. And Johnson just kind of ran like he was going to run it, stopped, got his shoulder square, caught the big tight end, way down the field, pitch and catch.
Scoring drive brought to you by Planet 4. That drive goes 64 yards on 7 plays, capped off by the 40-yard touchdown from Will Johnson on the halfback option to Scott Baldwin. And that takes literally 3 minutes off the clock. What a fantastic first half we've seen here.
Well, not only just a fantastic first half, but that last play right there, the Wayne defense, the strong safety, Lamar Cook, who was supposed to be covering the tight end, was looking in the backfield. When you look in the backfield, you know, that's what happens to you. Look in the backfield. You cannot go anywhere. If you got man-to-man coverage, stay with your receiver. Stay with the guy you're covering. And right there, Lamar Cook, who was covering 89, looking in the backfield, coming up to make a play. Johnson tucked the ball down like he was going to run, picked it up, threw the ball down the field. 89 catches it for a touchdown.
Here's the kickoff. It's on the ground. A squibber taken down at the 16-yard line. It's like Evage taking it across the 20 out to the 25, and he is pinwheeled up in the air and stopped at about the 26-yard line. Stopped there by number 38, Cameron Bowman.
Boy, I tell you what, at one point in time with 45 seconds left before the half, partner, I thought we were going to go and tie that 7-7 because Centerville, you talked about it, the offense that they've got, it's kind of lazy. It's not in a hurry to do anything. It's just going to take its time. And, boy, they come out with a gadget play right there. And I'll tell you what, I guarantee you that the Wayne was not looking for that ball to be thrown in the air, especially coming from Will Johnson.
Well, Wayne needs to go 74 yards in 25 seconds if they want to tie this up before going to the locker room. Early in the shotgun, it's like Joe Guilford to his left. And now deep drop, tosses left, complete left. Out at the 31-yard line. Billy Veers on the reception.
Yeah, got Veers coming out. Just running a little out pattern. About 5 yards. He took a 3-step drop. Tell you what, Billy Veers got some really nice soft hands because he catches that football right there in the hands. He looks it in, and right there he picked up about 4 yards for his offense.
And Alex Hurley, he is a very efficient quarterback. And, in fact, I think he led the G-Walk this year in efficiency. 19 touchdowns in the regular season, just 5 picks. Deep drop for Early, throwing to the far side, complete out of the 47-yard line. Actually, that's where he ends up being at. That's number 6, Nick Childers, and he'll move the chains.
Yeah, we talked about in the pregame there about how the big-time ball player and the receiver for the Wayne offense, is Veers, but the playmaker, the guy that comes up with the big plays when they need him, Childers, and right there he caught one out there in the flats.
So he got the ball and moved it up about 5 more yards, and a timeout charged to Wayne, and we'll hold things right here with 14 ticks of the clock left to go here in this first half. I wanted to punctuate what kind of strange things we've seen. Of course, playoff times, you're bound to see that. 2 passing touchdowns by Centerville, and the quarterback keeper on the second or third play of the ball game for the Wayne Warriors and Elks early. And that's what we've had so far in this contest.
I mean, nothing big, nothing fancy, especially when you talk about how Centerville loves to run the football. They come up, their 14 points have been off. I mean, I tell you what, we're not crazy here, partner, but to see Centerville throw the football for 2 throwing touchdowns, and then early, who we won't expect him to throw footballs for touchdowns, he has a rushing touchdown. So it's been the opposite today. It's been Centerville throwing it, and it's been Wayne running it.
We see Guilford in a slot to the right. Early is in the shotgun, trips to the near side off that far hash mark. Early back to pass, deep drop, looking home run ball for Guilford, and it is just over his head at the 30-yard line. He had beaten the safety back there in coverage. Looked like Brian Gaylor trying to cover him, but incomplete nonetheless.
Yeah, Guilford just run a corner, but his outside receiver, number 6, Childers, runs a stop, so it makes the corner come up and grab Childers, and then you got Guilford just running that corner. And Early overthrew him right there, just a little bit longer than he wanted to, but he had him wide open.
9 seconds left to play in this first half. Ball at the Wayne 47-yard line. Early again in the shotgun, deep drop. Looking long, throwing long over the middle. It is incomplete. And I tell you what, bad throw there by Alex Early. Looking down there for Billy Veers, and he threw that into a host of Elks there, 3 of them in the area.
Yeah, right there was man coverage. 3 receivers left, 2 up top there, and had Guilford running a quick slant or post right there on the numbers. But the free safety sitting right back there in Centerville, number 28, Cole Seeleman right there in the middle of the field, had an opportunity to intercept the football, threw it right there in that zone.
Well, this might be the final play of the first half. 3 ticks left to go. 3rd down and 10 at the 47. Good. Long drop there for Early. He's flushed away, and now he's going to have to scramble. Circles the wagons. Now looking to throw on the move, and now he's going to be sacked back at the 39-yard line. Great pursuit on all ends by the Elks, and that's how the first half comes to an end. The sack by number 41, Joe Dennison.
What a good defensive stand right there by Centerville. They were rushing 3, dropping 8. And those 3 down linemen put a lot of pressure on the front offensive lineman for the Wayne Warriors, and that's why Early went down with a sack, because it was a cover sack. The DBs and the linebackers were in position.
Well, we're at halftime, and coming up at end the half, we'll have GWAC Commissioner Eric Spar to join us, but coming up next, it'll be the Goomba, Dave Alexander, back in our GWAC studios to take care of you, kind of run down some scores from yesterday, last night's action in the playoffs as well. This is the GWAC Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. Welcome back to Cincinnati as we put a wrap to our Salem Chrysler Chief halftime show. I'm rejoined by Bengals great David Fulcher. And before we get to David, I want to run down some of the numbers here in the first half. 14-7 is your score, of course, in favor of the Elks. First downs, 8-5 in favor of the Elks. Let's see, 3rd downs. This is where I think the game's been won so far by the Elks. 5 for 8, whereas the Warriors are 0 for 5. Time of possession, 15:05. As they've nearly doubled up on the Warriors, 8:54 for the Warriors in the first half. Let's run down the first half numbers individual. First for the Warriors, in rushing, Alex Early, the quarterback, 9 for 53. 9 attempts for 53 yards. Of course, he had the rushing touchdown from 50 yards. John Johnson, a carry for 2 yards, and Joe Guilford, 1 for 1. Alex Early passing, 5 for 9 for 51 yards. No TDs, no INTs. Receiving, 2 receptions for Billy Beers. 1 for Nick Childers for 16 yards. Veers had 21 yards, by the way. Aaron Curtis, 1 for 15, and Joe Guilford, 1 for -1. The Elks got 67 yards on 12 carries for Will Johnson. James Cravens, 11 carries for 27 yards, and Dan Drake, 5 for 19. Drake passing the ball, 1 for 2, 71 yards. Of course, that long touchdown in the first quarter. Will Johnson, 1 for 1 on that halfback option at the end of the first half, on a touchdown pass, 40 yards to Scott Baldwin. and that's his only reception. The only other reception in the ballgame, Robert Ponder, won for that 71 for Dan Drake. But Dave, as we kind of get back into looking at the first half and kind of evaluating what we saw, the two things that stood out to me again were the time of possession, where the Elks nearly doubled up on Wayne. 15 minutes in the first half for the Elks, and they're 5 for 8 on third downs, whereas the Warriors are 0 for 5.
Well, I tell you what, the time of possession doesn't surprise me, because I know exactly what the Centerville offense have been doing for so long for the whole entire year, is that they've been dominating teams because of their running game and because to keep the football away from the other teams. Where I'm surprised at, partner, once again, the 0 for 5 on Wayne on third down. 0 for 5 is not Wayne's style of football, because Early does a lot of things to this football team and gets them going, but they haven't had the opportunity to really have the football around for third down. But I just think that what's happening right now with this offense and the way it's been going is that Centerville, with these two passes, I wouldn't have bet the house that Centerville was going to throw a pass in a football game if it was an evenly matched football game. Even if they were down, like they were the first time, 38-0, they only threw the football once. So it's just been one of them kind of games, man, that the points they're on the board, 2 of them for 2 touchdowns for Centerville has been in the air, and for Wayne, the 1 touchdown's been on the ground.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's quite a dichotomy from what we normally see from these teams. But the thing that I harken back to, and of course you go back to Week 8, and Alex Early had a pretty lethargic first half in that ball game, and it was a close game at half, and then he turned on the Jets in the second half, and then when it became a runaway train, obviously Centerville, if you're looking at that and thinking back to that ball game, you're hoping that won't happen, but at the same time, that's got to be in your head.
Well, it's got to be in your head because, one, you make halftime adjustments. There definitely was some adjustments made right there, and I think the only adjustments that if you're Wayne is really pay attention to who's got the football and what's going on. You're giving up 2 big plays in the air, and that hasn't happened to you all year. So that means your defensive back and your secondaries watch the football, stay deepest to deepest. But on the other side of the football, if you're Centerville, you're in the driver's seat right now. You just hold on to the football and control it 2-1 again in the second half, and you be advancing to the next round.
Scoring update here from Cleveland Brown Stadium. Lakewood St. Edward shutting out Lyndhurst Brush 28-0. That's the first game that we've seen in the playoffs over at their stadium. And then Solon against Cleveland Glenville. And of course, you know who's come out of Glenville. They have the nightcap in that one. We're back underway here in half number 2. A good kick by Fickert, taking Will Johnson all the way into the end zone, a yard deep, touchback.
Yeah, right there. He put his foot into that one. Got that one down there, and Will Johnson was ready to run it, but he wound up catching it right about the goal line, back up to the end zone. And once you back up into the end zone, it is now a dead ball, and Centerville will have it first down and 10 on their own 20.
That's a rule I would like to see high school football change, because I'd like to see an opportunity for these kids to run it out of the end zone. It just seems a little ridiculous on my behalf.
Just let them go, man. Let them run. Let them play just like the pros in the college. Let them go.
I formation. Felino out to a wing on the left. I formation behind Drake. It is Johnson dotting the I. First and 10 at the 20. And the give to the second back through. It is Johnson off the left tackle. Gain of a couple of yards there, and that's how we get the second half started.
Yeah, just fake the handoff to Cravens to the right and come back left with Johnson. But number 39 standing there, the linebacker for the, or defensive end, Yusef Waddell was right there. He stayed home. It's one of those things. You stay home, you pay attention to your keys. That way you don't give up the big play, because they ran that a few times in the first half, and right there they picked up no yards, or actually picked up 2 yards.
Second down and a short 8, if you will, for the Elks.
Tell you what, the chain gang guy has not moved. Now he's moving.
Drake is under center, and the give goes to Johnson right up the gut, and he is stopped and stood up by Jeff Cleveland. Maybe a yard on the game, but no more.
Yeah, right there. They ran the same exact play they ran the first time. This time to the right side. They faked the handoff to Craven's left. Johnson comes back to the right. Met right there by Cleveland. Right at the 25-yard line. Pickup of 2.
So a long 5 here on third down. They'll replace the ball on the far hash mark. Split backs this time, and a narrow split back. They're not far apart. They're right next to each other behind Drake. That is Cravens and Johnson. Drake under center, and he rolls to the left. Now he gives it on the inside, and the fullback is stopped. Cravens had really nowhere to go, no more than a gain of 1.
Well, Cleveland. We called Cleveland's name so far a whole bunch today. Number 26 right there, Geoff Cleveland playing linebacker on defense and tight end on offense. Right there at the line of scrimmage, just as Drake gives the ball to Johnson, because what they had Johnson and they had Cravens in like an offset eye. Gave the ball to the first guy, Johnson, no yards, or actually picked up 1. Defense comes out right here early, stopping Centerville quick.
P.J. Powell to punt things away. Joe Guilford at his own 43-yard line. Good snap, and it's blocked. Blocked, and it's gonna take a bounce, and it'll be picked up by Wayne out at the 24-yard line.
Wow, coming off the corner there, number 14, the corner, Keith Dixon, comes out of nowhere. Nobody touched him off the left side. The punter took a little bit longer than he wanted to, but there was Dixon. Yeah, Dixon just come off that left corner, got the tip of it, right up in the air. Boy, what a change of possession for Wayne.
Shotgun look for early. A pair of running backs, 1 on each side. Fake inside give, option left, cuts up the middle, cuts back out at the 21, and he is upended out at the 20. Boy, he got hit pretty hard there, but he gains about 4 on the play.
Yeah, Cole Silliman right there on top of him. Flipped him up in the air. Early wants to keep the football. Should have pitched it to his back there, Guilford. He wanted to keep it, wanted to come back to the went to the left and came back right. And got upended right there at the line of scrimmage when he picked up 4.
Pair of wides on each side, 4 in the package. Guilford next to early in the shotgun. 2-step drop, timing pattern out to the far side, and it is incomplete. Actually to the near side to Billy Veers, incomplete as he was looking at the pylon and it took his eye off the ball.
You know, I've seen Billy Veers catch that pass in the first couple of games that we had of Wayne right there. That was a good thrown football by Early. Veers couldn't get his hands up there because he was tangled up with number 31, the defensive back there. John McConaughey had him tangled up a little bit there, but should have been caught because Veers normally comes up with that play.
3rd down and 6. Spot the ball just outside the 20-yard line. Again, a deep drop for Early. Now a toss on the near side, incomplete. Intended for Veers. McConaughey on coverage again out of the 10-yard line, but a bad throw that time by Alex Early.
Yeah, Early right there. Threw that one a little bit too soon. Veers out there with McConaughey one-on-one. Tried to run about an 8-yard out. Kind of showed like he was going to the post. Went straight to the out there. Veers got rid of it too quick. Ball was thrown out there in front of him, and now they forced him a 4th down.
Ball spotted just outside the 20. Call this a 37-yard field goal attempt for Josh Bickert. He is 8 for 8 this season in those attempts. Good snap, place, kick. It is up, and she is through. A late signal, but she is through. And with 9:14 left to play here in this 3rd quarter, Wayne is back on the board. They're down by 4, 14-10. We'll take a timeout right here on 980 Homer, the sports animal. 3-play drive encompassing just 4 yards, but it was capped off by a 37-yard field goal by Josh Bickert. That is your scoring summary by Planet Ford, and we got a 14-10 score here in Cincinnati.
Change of possession right there off the block punt. Wayne did not capitalize on that. Centerville's defense stepped up to the plate, only gave up 3. Crucial part of the ball game right there. The first possession of the second half, Wayne couldn't put it in the end zone over turnover. And now Centerville's defense stepped up to the plate and only gave up 3 points.
Cravens and Johnson, double safeties waiting at their own 5. Line drive kick, and it's picked up by Johnson on a flip out of the 10. He goes out to the 20 off the left side, still on his feet to the 25, down to the 30, has a train in front of him, out to the 40, out to the 45, cuts back inside of the 50, now down onto the 45, and knocked out of bounds out towards the 43-yard line.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I tell you what, Johnson, he did that against Northmont. Second half of the opening kickoff of the ball game, he did that to Northmont and made some things happen. And we caught the football right about the 10-yard line and ran that thing all the way across the 50-yard line into under the 45, 44-yard line. But I tell you what, though, if you saw him running, feet never stopped. They just kept moving and kept moving. Centerville's got good field position.
46 yards on the return by Will Johnson. A nice way to get things started. 1st and 10. Spot the ball at the Wayne 44-yard line. Drake, actually the give goes up to the up back in Cravens, out across the 40, out to about the 39-yard line again. That's again what they do so well, that sleight of hand that gets us off guard every so often.
And what they did right there was it was actually Johnson in the backfield. He's on the ground playing fullback. Cravens is on the sideline. But once again, just hands the football off to Johnson. He leans forward. His momentum's always going forward. It's hard to get him down. But that change in hands of possession between the quarterback and the back is tough.
We know in motion, and looks like Drake's going to get snowed under. Bad connection on the play. I don't think nobody was on the same page for any of that, and they'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, right there, I'll tell you what, we look at it on the screen here. Drake actually turns to the right to give the football to Johnson. He's waiting for Johnson, and Johnson went to the left. Johnson was on the left side, and Drake's waiting for him to get the football to put it in the belly.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 7. Spot the ball at the 41, right up in the middle. Man in motion is Polino. Now the give up the middle. Johnson may have 1st down yardage. Or is that Cravens again? Cravens across the 35 out to the 34. They will give him the 1st down.
Yeah, right there. Just hand off to Cravens. He just come off the sideline. And once again, he just kept moving his feet, kept churning. As he was driving and driving, he just kept pushing the bread pile to move the ball for 1st down for Centerville.
So they needed 7, they get 8. 1st and 10, spot the ball at the 34-yard line. 7:40 left to play in this 3rd quarter, 14-10 in favor of the Elks. Polino in motion, and now the fake give. Drake will keep, off right tackle across the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Nice sleight of hand there by the QB, Dan Drake.
Yeah, Drake kept that football, but what he did was he followed his motion man, Polino right through the hole. Just followed him right through there, but number 32, Lauren Womack, the linebacker for the Warriors, saved a touchdown-saving tackle.
2nd down and 2. The ball's at the 26-yard line. Single back this time, it's Cravens. Polino in the backfield now with them, and now the option right. The toss back, it goes to Polino, out to the 25, now down to the 24-yard line. I think, beg your pardon on that, that's number 23, Robert Ponder on the carry.
Yeah, right there. I don't know if Drake was trying to get in the line of scrimmage because Ponder almost ran away from the pitch. Looked like that pitch was almost a forward lateral, but he got outside and Ponder picked up a few yards, actually picked up about 5 or 6 yards before getting hit right there at near the 1st down marker.
3rd and short. The ball's at the 24-yard line with 6:25 remaining in the 3rd. Cravens all alone in the backfield behind Drake. The give to Cravens up the middle to the 20. Cuts back outside to the 10, to the 5. He's in the house. Touchdown.
Wow.
From 24 yards out, Cravens found a crease right up the gut, and he goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Centerville.
Yeah, right there. Just ran the handoff, the dive, give it to Cravens. He comes through the line of scrimmage, and in pursuit of the defense, overshot him. Cravens cuts back to the left. One guy to beat, and he just outran him. Outside corner tried to come get him. It's too late. By the time that Cravens was touched, he was in the end zone.
Getting a look at it again on the replay, and I'll tell you, it's nice to have that little extra burst at the end.
Well, I tell you what, you saw Cravens last week take off a couple of big runs, and right there, he just got the football right at the 24-yard line and took it to the house.
Melhorn on the point after. She is up and through. 6:13 left to play here in this 3rd quarter, and the Elks find themselves up by 2 scores, 21-10. It's the GWalk Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. 21-10 in favor of the Elks here in Cincinnati. Geoff Kim along with David Fulcher, glad to have you along. What a nice burst there at the end of that drive by James Craven.
Yeah, James Craven just showed the speed and the power. I tell you what, I think Centerville's got 2 of the best-looking backs in the GWalk that I've seen this year. Those 2 guys, I mean, and once again, we hadn't seen Will Johnson. Well, what a weapon to have. You lose Hemingway, and then you get in Johnson, and Johnson's been practicing with this team all year, and his coming-out party was last week against Northmont, and here he is trying to move his team on in the playoffs.
Evage and Guilford at their own 5. It's a squib kick by Colin Jones, taken by one of the up men at the 30. It looks like Billy Veers still on his feet at the 35, spun around and knocked down at the 36-yard line. So a return of 6 by Billy Veers, and Wayne will get back underway. By the way, the Planet Ford scoring summary on this one. A great drive capped off by the 24-yard touchdown run by James Cravens. 6 plays on 56 yards, and that only took about 2.5 minutes off the game clock.
Yeah, we talk about that field possession and time of possession. Centerville right there went down the field quick after the big return by Johnson sets up the long run, 24 yards by Cravens.
Trips to the top side early under center, and now the give over to Guilford off right tackle, and just past the line of scrimmage, but definitely not much more than that.
Now, I tell you what, Centerville has really changed the complex of this game for the Wayne offense. I mean, they're early normally in the shotgun, trying to mix some things up here, put the pressure and trying to get Centerville's defense on their heels. We talk about when you leave those linebackers in the space and bring them inside the tackles, makes it real easy for them to make plays.
Aaron Curtis out. Dan Snyder takes his place. 5 wideouts in this package. Trips to the top side. Here's Early in the shotgun. Sprints to the near side. Throws on the move. Complete to Guilford at the 45. Spun around there and knocked out of bounds. So a gain of about 8 on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, had Guilford lined up 3 receivers to the right. He was the inside receiver, came across the field, and then wind up running an out pattern. Was caught it right about the 35, 45-yard line, and that's where they tackled him.
3rd down, they'll call it a long one. It's just outside the 45-yard line on the near hash mark. 4 wideouts in this package, a pair on each side. And again, Early in the shotgun with Guilford next to him on the right. Short drop, and now rolls to the right, tries to keep it, and now goes out to the far sideline. Still on his feet, spun around. He will not get the 1st down. He was strung up very nicely by that Elks defense.
Yeah, the pursuit out there, they were all waiting for him to get outside. Last guy getting up off the ground looks like it's number 20, number 10 for the Elks. Looks like that was Matt Miller. Matt Miller out there at corner, holding him off, trying to get waiting for his pursuit to come up. Early tried to come up, didn't pick up a thing. Defense win ball games, and right there the Elks held them off.
Ball spot at their own 45-yard line with 4:17 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. They'll punt it away. Good snap. The punt is away, and a long spiraling kick that will go into the end zone. It touched down at the 2 and goes all the way through the end zone. That was one hell of a kick, and we have a flag coming in late.
Late flag coming in. Looks like number 66 offensive lineman for the Wayne Warriors, Corey Otto.
Starting center on this team. And we'll wait for them to confer. The referee is Tom Graham, assisted by Dan Bynum. Larry Dixon is the linesman. Line judge is Pat Montana, and the back judge is Kurt Meyer.
Yeah, right now it looks like the Wayne football team.
Touchdown. Then we have dead ball foul, personal foul, red, 15-yard penalty.
Wow, that negates what was a good punt. The punt itself went 55 yards. The net was 35. Now you tack on the 15 there, and you might as well have gone for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah, that ball would have been 1st and 10 on the 20. The 15-yard penalty on the offensive lineman, or Otto. And now they got the football at the 35-yard line. Boy, put a lot of pressure on Wayne's defense right now. You're down 21-10. You've got to come up with some kind of play to stop this offense.
Well, this is the first time this afternoon that the Elks have been up by 2 possessions. Wideout split left and right. Polino in a wing to the left. And now Johnson will dot the I behind Cravens and Drake, the quarterback. The keeper by Drake. Now the pitch back to Johnson off the left side, across the 35, down to the 39-yard line. A nice pickup on 1st down, a gain of 4 for Johnson.
And one thing about Johnson, when you see him carry that football, he's not going backwards. He's leaning forward. He hits that line of scrimmage, and he's always leaning with his shoulders down, and he's going forward. And this is the position that if you're Centerville, this is what you want to be in. You're up 21-10. You know they like to keep the football away from the other team because they're going to run it. You know, this is advantage Centerville.
Forward progress to the 40. 2nd down and 5. Scott Baldwin split out to the far side. Kevin Folino on the near side. High formation, and now Drake, the keeper, off the left side. He's got first down yardage across the 45-yard line to the 46, where that's where he's put down. Looks like Brandon Davis was the first to get him.
Yeah, Brandon Davis was the first to get him, but you can see Drake just ran over Davis. But Geoff Cleveland, coming up from his defensive back position, called Cleveland quite often today, and Cleveland right there to stop him after he picked up the first down.
Needed 5, got 6 on the play. They'll move the change. 3:18 left to play here in this third quarter. Centerville has slowly but surely taken over the line of scrimmage. I think that's what we've seen on both sides of the ball. Ponder split out to the near side. Now motions to the left. And now the reverse give to Johnson. Off left tackle. He is stonewalled out at the 47-yard line and tries to dive forward, but he'll go no further.
Yeah, right there. Just as he got off the line of scrimmage, they faked the first handoff to Cravens to the right. Ponder coming in motion, giving it to Johnson, left tackle. Met at the line of scrimmage by number 9 from the Warriors, Tyson Patrick. Hit him right at the line of scrimmage. I tell you, can't knock him backwards. But right there, Tyson put him right on the ground 2 yards after the game.
Ponder wings out on the left side, just to the left of the tackle. High formation, and the give goes to Cravens right up the gut, across midfield. A couple yards on there will bring up third down.
I tell you what, they're not fancy. Centerville just runs the football straight ahead with their fullback, outside with the quarterback Drake and Johnson. Every now and then, Ponder get the football. It's just a ball-controlled offense. We said lazy type offense. They're not in a hurry. They're not going anywhere. They're just going to smash mouth and run right at you.
The Wayne crowd coming alive. They want to stop here on 3rd and 6. Just under 2 to play here in this third quarter. High formation, and the give goes to the man up the middle, and Cravens looks like he has the first down. He slips through the line across the 45, and he's going to be awfully close to that marker.
Well, I tell you what, Cravens almost got out of there and wanted to take that one to the house. He got that dive right up the gut there. You can see some of the red shirts kind of pass right by him. Saving tackle right there by number 26. Once again, Geoff Cleveland saves a touchdown because they were right there trying to get down the field.
And while they're measuring, something that you had mentioned in the first half, David, that hey, this is a good Centerville team, and they're especially good when they have the lead.
Yeah, when they've got the lead, this team knows exactly what to do with the football, as we see here. With 1:39 left here in this quarter, they're just going to let that clock run out. I mean, you can call it what you want to call it. I've seen this type of offense here in Cincinnati ran by Colerain. Colerain will keep the ball on the ground, and you will see them up the second game here at PBS Stadium. But right now, Centerville is just controlling the clock and controlling the game.
Ponder's in a wing to the left. High formation behind Drake. Now Ponder motions to the right. Drake taking his time. Gives to Cravens right up the gut. Gain of about a yard on the play, but no further. But, you know, the good thing right now for Centerville is they're playing keep away. They're making the clock become their friend.
Oh, yeah, man. When you can keep the kind of offense that Wayne has off the field, and that tackle right there was by Martin Channels. Martin Channels, another guy on that defense we've been talking about throughout the day. Very big guy, 6 foot tall, not tall, but 300 pounds. Hard to move and got quick feet. Gets across the line of scrimmage and makes plays.
And wide out, split left and right, Baldwin and Foligno. Drake under center. He keeps, now pitches back to Johnson off the left side, and Wayne defense did a great job stringing them out. Gain of maybe 2, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, Keith Dixon comes up, makes the play, turns Johnson back inside. I think Drake got rid of the football a little bit too soon, but he pitched it out there to Johnson, and Cravens was put in a position to block 2 guys because he had Dixon along with Cleveland. He went to try to block Dixon. Too late, Dixon got underneath him and made the tackle with the assist by Cleveland.
Cleveland's been everywhere this afternoon.
Yes, he has.
13 seconds left to go in the quarter. Single back. Looks like it's Johnson behind Drake. And now he gets the ball. No, it's a pitch out to the far side to number 12, Tony Foligno. Didn't fool the Wayne defense. He gains a couple all the way out to the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you what, it's going to be a tough call here as we go into the fourth quarter. But right there, though, he picked up about 5 yards, and this is going to be a 4th and long 2 for Centerville.
And we have come to the end of the third quarter. Your score after 3, Centerville 21, Wayne 10. It's the GWalk Game of the Week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. 21-10 here in Cincinnati. Geoff Kim, David Fulcher, glad to have you along here at Paul Brown Stadium. We've been very entertained. And how about the Centerville ball control here throughout this third quarter?
I tell you what, they started this here on their own 35-yard line. Here they are back on now Wayne's 36-yard line, and they've used up 4.5 minutes at the end of the third quarter, and they still have 36 yards to go to get the ball to the end zone. I tell you what, it's an offense that says the ball belongs to us, and we're going to keep it.
Big play right here. 4th and 2. The Elks will go for it. Pair of backs behind. Dan Drake. Wayne showing blitz. And now the keep. Actually, no, the give up the middle to the fullback. And he looks like he's going to have a first down. Johnson got what he needed. He needed 2 yards. He might have gotten 3 on that.
Yeah, right there. Just needed to get the ball up the field, and that chain is moving again. Centerville just does it, and they do it at their own time, their own leisure.
Something that you had mentioned in the third quarter about Cole Rain, the defending state champs, running this kind of offense, this ball control. And, of course, when you have a stud like they did the last couple of years, and Mr. Simpson, who went to Michigan, it makes it so much easier.
It makes it easier. And when we sit here and watch this football game today, you got your Mr. Simpson and Johnson and Cravens.
Here's the give up the middle. It goes to Johnson. He gets through the line, past 30,
fumble.
and now the fumble. A ball coming loose at the end of the play.
He got it back.
And he got it back out at the 26-yard line. They'll actually spot it back towards the 27.
I'll tell you right there, that's just Johnson running hard. He was hit a couple of times, but he kept his momentum going. His ball was stripped, but he wound up picking it back up off the ground. But I tell you what, a lot of that had to do with him just turning his feet and continue to keep moving, and picked up 2 or 3 extra yards after the first hit.
2nd down and 4. The ball's at the 27-yard line. I formation back behind Drake. Polino on a wing to the right. And now the keeper by Drake as he goes off right tackle across the 25, close to first down yardage at the 24-yard line.
And you see right there, you've got the defensive ends along with the nose tackle for the Wayne Warriors all pinching down, expecting Cravens and Johnson to get the football from the fullback position, but instead Drake kept the football and bounced it outside, as looked like we may have some equipment time down there on Johnson. Looked like he needed to clock the stop and work on some equipment. Referee did it. Now he's winding the clock.
3rd and short, just under a yard. 10:24 left to go in the ball game. Polino motioning right to left. And now the give up the middle. It goes to Cravens. He's got the first down as he is spun down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Cravens right there, met right at the line of scrimmage by Tyson Patrick, the linebacker. But he spun off of Patrick and rolled a little bit forward to pick up the first down. The ball's at the 20-yard line. And once again, there's Centerville moving the clock and the chains.
They're in the red zone. Wayne defense looks like they're getting worn down here. 10 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. Drake has a man in motion. And the give. Right up the gut. It goes to Craven. Squirts through the line out to the 15-yard line. And this is what I'm trying to say here. It looks like Wayne's getting worn down because that initial stoppage at the line is not happening anymore, and he's getting into the secondary.
You are 100% right there, partner. That middle of that line of scrimmage is being dominated right now by the offensive lineman from Centerville, because at one point in time, once Cravens would get the football, he'd be hit at the line of scrimmage, and now it's just 4 or 5 yards every play, moving the chains and moving the clock.
9:26 left to go in the game. The give to the first back through. Cravens only about a yard off left tackle this time.
Yeah, that time he was hit hard right there at the line of scrimmage by Tyson Patrick. Patrick right there at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker hit him just as he got the football. Tell you what, big play right there by Patrick.
This drive so far has taken up 7.5 minutes. We're going into our 14th play of the drive. If this isn't smash mouth football, I don't know what is.
You're right. They are on it.
Foligno split to a wing on the left. I formation behind Drake. The give to the middle man. And Cravens out to the 10-yard line. He's got the first down as he comes to rest just inside the 10.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was once again 3rd down and 4. All you needed was 4, and Cravens. And the thing about it is, it's not like they're doing something out of the norm here. What have they been doing? Handing the football off to your fullback. It's been fullback after fullback, and right now the Wayne defense, like I say, been out there for a long time. 15 plays Well, that's a long time to be on the football field. 15 plays in about 7 or 8 minutes. That's long.
You see a lot of hands on hips, a lot of heads down. Martin Chanos looks tired right in the middle there. He's getting a lot of punishment. Here's the 15th play of the drive. The give up the gut to Johnson across the 5, out to the 2-yard line. Boy, I tell you what, he hit that hole faster than you can say son of a gun.
I tell you what, when you said the word son, he was already on the goal line. The gun came out, but I tell you what, right now, Centerville has this thing dialed in. It's like a race car driver in the Daytona 500. Once they get them dialed in, brother, I don't want to come to the pits. And right now, this football team is rolling.
1st and goal. They'll spot this ball at the 2-yard line.
Got a player down on the sideline for the Wayne Warriors, number 33, Lamar Cook. Came off the sideline, was rolling around, and looked like he may have done something to the ankle or the knee area because they're looking down there. But he rolled off the sideline, and because he's right on the sideline, makes it tough.
2nd down and goal. Down in distance, 2nd and 2, if you will, to the goal line.
Well, I tell you what, this has been a very impressive football game for Centerville on both sides of the football. The first game, you give up 38 points. That same defense is still here today. How is it that they come out, after the first Wayne Elk game and gave up 38 points, and then today they come up and only giving up 10 so far. But like I say, it's been a difference in the making of what they've got in the backfield. You got power and strength in both runners. You got all more speed at Johnson, who stands 6'2", tall guy, 6'2", and he's a junior. I tell you what, that's probably the most impressive thing. The kid's a junior, and he'll be back. And I'm telling you, having him back, it's going to be pretty special to this football team.
Cook has finally helped off the field. We're back to play. 2nd and goal. Drake under center. Split backs behind him. Looking left. Now gives on the reverse, and the running back is stacked up just across the line of scrimmage.
Defense right there, boy. I tell you what. Number 91, number 97, the red shirts was right there. Hit Craven just as he got the football to give him nothing. I tell you what, if the Wayne football team wants to get in this football game, they cannot afford to give up a touchdown here. Touchdown right here might turn out the lights.
3rd down and goal. Spot the ball in the near hash mark at the 2. And again, they go split in the backfield with Cravens and Johnson. Drake under center. And now, giving over the middle. Johnson dives over the pile. He's in. Touchdown, Centerville.
Well, right there, Johnson. Johnson in the speed and the strength. I tell you what, Johnson, when he gets the football in his hand, he's going so fast that it's unbelievable that he has even control of the football. But I tell you what, I said if he put the ball in the end zone with 7 minutes and 12 seconds left in the ball game, puts them up 27-10 with the extra point coming. Boy, I tell you what, that was very impressive, man. 16, 17, 18 play drive, somewhere around there, about 9-10 minutes. For the last 4 or 5 minutes left in the third quarter, they had the football, and they put 6 more on the board.
Wait till you hear the scoring summary. Meanwhile, Melhorn on the point after. She is up and through. 7:12 left to go in the ball game. Centerville has opened up a commanding 28-10 lead here in Cincinnati. It's a GWalk game of the week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. 28-10 here in Cincinnati. Glad to have you along with David Fulcher. I'm Geoff Kim. What a ball game that we have seen here by Centerville.
Centerville tonight have really put it together, and I tell you what, this isn't the team that we saw, that one loss that they had earlier to Wayne, because I tell you what, they have dominated this football game from top to bottom, and not just from top to bottom, man. Any facet or any way that you can say a football team has dominated, Centerville has done it today.
Give you the scoring summary after the kickoff. The man to kick it away is Colin Jones. Double safeties for Wayne, spotted at their own 5-yard line. It's a short line drive kick, picked up at the 15-yard line, looks like by Guilford, up the middle, across the 25, and shut down at the 28-yard line. Beg your pardon, it's Donnie Evage on a return of about 13, and it'll be 1st and 10. By the way, scoring summary brought to you by Planet Ford. 17-play drive by Centerville, 65 yards, capped off by a 2-yard touchdown run by Will Johnson. That bad boy took over 9 minutes.
9 minutes of holding the football, 17 plays. That's probably about maybe 3 defensive possessions in a typical football game.
And ball cuts to Guilford out on the far side on the pass, and he is shut down out at about the 25-yard line. Couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage as he was knocked down and knocked down hard out of bounds.
Well, I tell you what, number 17 for the Elks out there playing corner. Brian Gaylor out there just twisting Guilford around. It was a pass that was thrown out to the flat, trying to get their touchdown player into the game.
Trips to the near side, 5 wideouts in the package, throws over the middle, complete out of the 35-yard line to number 21, Troy Gilmer, out of his fullback spot. He was in a slot to the near side, but he picks up a couple on the play, actually quite a few on the play, and it's 3rd and short. And now a quick no-huddle look. Here's Early again, throws for Gilmer. It's caught. He's got first down yards across the 40, and he is slammed down hard at the 40. Wow. Woo-wee. Number 16, Tyler Raplogle, out of his linebacker spot, made him a pancake.
Yes, he did. Wow. I can't even give him no coverage on that one. That was a smoke.
Trips to the top. Early, back to pass, complete. Out at the 45-yard line, receiver trying to make a move to the outside. Nick Childers gains about 4 on the play.
Yeah, right now, Wayne's in that no-huddle, quick huddle offense, trying to get the ball down the field and score quick.
5 wideouts again, and now the toss to the near side, complete out at midfield, and his receiver runs out of bounds out at the 48-yard line. That's number 3, Aaron Curtis, who got a ball in the first quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, man, it's just been one of those type of ball games. I talked to Coach Jay Minton earlier in the week about the success he had last time against Centerville, and he told me, that was weeks ago. That was weeks ago, man. This is a new day, new ball game.
Technically 4 weeks ago. Trips to the near side, pair to the top. Early, deep drop, throws over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Gilmer out at the 42-yard line of Centerville. Covered there and covered well by Jeremy Cash.
I tell you what, the secondary for Centerville has put the clamps on early today. This isn't the guy that, led the conference and done the things that he's done and has been so successful today. I just think this defense for Centerville had a game plan to shut down this offense and put the pressure on early, and so far they've done.
5:42 left to go in the ball game, 28-10. Early in the shotgun again, looking left, now flush out of the pocket, rolls left, looks long, home run ball out to the far side for Veers. It's complete out of the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Is he in? He's in, touchdown. 48-yard touchdown strike from Alex Early to Billy Veers, and Wayne's got some life.
Yeah, I tell you what, we talked about how the secondary, I just went up and jinxed them. Talk about how the secondary been playing so well. Turn around, Matt. Actually, that was a linebacker covering the wide receiver Veers there. Matt Byer, B-I-R. Matt was out there with him. But, boy, I tell you what, if you want to talk about playmakers and making things happen, how Early was pressured, rolled out of there, went to the left, threw a nice strike down the field there, rolling to his left to his favorite target, Veers, in the end zone.
Just got inside that left pylon. The point after is up and through. 5:27 left to play here in this ball game. Wayne trying to come back. They're down 28-17. It's a G-Walk game of the week on 980 Homer, the sports animal. 28-17 in favor of Centerville, but Wayne just scored on that last play. Scoring summary brought to you by Planet Ford. Wayne took about $1.40 off the clock, 7 plays, 71 yards. Early to Veers on a 48-yard touchdown strike. Good job here for Wayne for staying alive, and they will show the onside kick.
Yeah, there's no way that you can kick this football off. You got to get the ball and got to put points on the board. And I tell you what, you saw Northmont last week do a couple of onside kicks that was recovered by Northmont. See what Wayne can do.
Ball's on the near hash mark at the 40. Josh Fickert pooches one, and it won't go the 10 yards. It needs to go the 10, and the ball is spotted at the 48-yard line of Wayne.
Well, right there, the ball did not go 10 yards, and the referees didn't throw a flag on the ground.
Ouch.
So they give Centerville the football right there at the 47-yard line of Wayne. The ball did not go anywhere, and you could see how well coached Centerville was. That ball did not come nowhere near the 10 yards, and they all got away from it.
Very, very smart. Not a hard enough kick by Josh Fickert. and that was the problem there. 5:27 left to play in this ball game, and the way we saw Centerville operate their offense that last drive, going 9+ on the drive, this might be it.
It might be it if you don't stop them. You know, you got 5:27 left. Your defense needs to come up to play because you know they're going to run the football 4 straight times.
Dire need of a turnover right here if you're a Wayne fan. Ponder in motion, the give. No, actually the keep. And a give back to Johnson, and he goes nowhere. Snowed under for a 2-yard loss.
It's a great play right there by the defense. Kind of got Johnson right there and stopped him. I tell you what, there was no officials over here on the sideline as Coach Minton was right here trying to get time out. And it must have been at least 10, 15 seconds run off that clock. He was out there at the numbers.
Timeout charged to Wayne with 5:13 left to play here in this ball game. We'll keep it right here. What a ball game that we have seen here in this, in Cincinnati. Of course, you look back to the first half in this ball game, David. Of course, 2 passing touchdowns by Centerville, and then Wayne got a quarterback keeper off the far side on the second play of the ball game. That was the scoring of the ball game, and we thought, wow, what other weird things are we going to see? And then things kind of came back to normal here in the second half.
Yeah, the second half was just basically the way these 2 football teams have been playing all year. Running the football for Centerville, throwing the football for Wayne. And the 14 points that was put on the board in the first half by Centerville was something I don't think anybody expected to see because of the dominance they do when they run the football. But, you take those 14 points off the board, you got a ball game. But I tell you what, you can't take them off. And right now, Centerville is controlling the game. They've controlled the domination of this whole entire football game, and the second half belongs to them so far.
Winner of this ball game will take on the winner of the nightcap tonight here at Paul Brown Stadium. St. X, the #1 team in the state, against the defending state champs, Coleraine.
Don't get easy, man. It does not get any easy. If you think this game was hard, one of these 2, Centerville, well, you wait till that next ball game. It's going to be tough.
Celebrate tonight, go to work tomorrow. High formation behind Drake. Ponders a wing to the right. Now the pitch back. It goes to Johnson. It's loose on the ground. Fumble. And we'll see who has it. It looks like Centerville will retain possession out at their own 59-yard line.
Yeah, Johnson right there, the pitch. I just think Drake pitched it too quick. Johnson, with so much speed that he has, it has to be pitched in front of him. It was actually pitched behind him. Left hand.
Looked like it glanced off his left hip.
Yeah, left hip right there. Off the left hip, went to the left hand and went straight to the ground. And here's the possibility that Wayne will get the football again. 3rd down and long.
3rd and 14. The ball is on the 49-yard line in Elks territory. Oh, and we might have had an illegal motion, and we did. It looked like Johnson came out of his stance before the snap, and they'll move back 5.
Centerville starting to rattle. That's the one thing about this offense. We talk about how lazy they are and how it's not lazy, but it's just an offense that is just not in a hurry to get things done. And here they are, so quick to move the football, trying to get that 15, 20 yards to get that first down, and Johnson was on the move before the snap of the ball.
3rd down and 19. 4:30 left to play here in this ball game. See Scott Baldwin split out to the near side as a lone wide receiver. An extra tight end in this package. Split backs behind Dan Drake. Out on the far hash market, they'll call timeout.
Timeout, Centerville.
Well, David, as we kind of look at this ball game here, and, you look at the fact that Wayne's going to have to get the ball back here. You can't imagine Centerville would go with any kind of trickery on 3rd and 19, considering they have an 11-point lead. No,
I don't think that Centerville is going to do anything but run the football because, once again, you got 2 timeouts if you're Wayne. Wayne's probably going to use one here to stop the clock after the 3rd down play here. And then I tell you what, they got to punt the football. So you're looking at maybe a block punt or something to happen on special teams. Wayne has to score the football. They've got to go down, and once they get the football back, let's say they get the football back with 4 minutes left in the game, they have got to score. They've got to score in a minute. They've got to, because they can't afford to give Centerville the football, with under 2 minutes left in the ball game and think they're going to win this game.
By the way, a final out of Cleveland Browns Stadium. Lakewood St. Edward blowing out in shutout fashion Lyndhurst Brush 49-0. Ouch.
Wow.
That's a big old have mercy right there.
I tell you what, boy, you get to the playoffs and you get shut out 49-0. That means that somebody's doing a pretty good job. Shouldn't be shut out in the playoffs,
especially in the second round when things get a lot tighter.
Yes.
4:18 on the game clock. 3rd down and 19. Centerville at their own 44-yard line. Split backs behind Drake.
Another movement.
And another movement. It looked like James Cravens this time flinched as one of the tailbacks.
Well, I tell you what, they're making it pretty easy for Wayne. You keep going backwards. You keep going backwards, and I tell you what, you keep going back this way, and then you don't have to, once you kick the football, you're going to give Wayne a short field to work with.
So a negative drive here, and that's the first time pretty much all day we've seen, something this negative here for the Elks on a drive. Scott Baldwin split out as the lone wide receiver to the near side. Drake under center, I formation. Ponder is a wing back to the left. Now the give goes to Craven, spun around at the 40.
They fumbled
a couple of yards, and he fumbled the ball. Wayne says they have it.
And they do.
Wayne does the ball.
Cleveland. Boy, I told about I've been calling Cleveland's name all day. I tell you what, man, he's got an opportunity to make some big things happen, and sure enough, he has. Jeff Cleveland recovers the fumble off Cravens. And here we go. It's, like I say, a heavyweight fight, man, and you can't afford to drop your guards. And right now, that football team across the way, Centerville, is dropping their guards.
Cleveland on the recovery. Ball spotted at the Elk 45-yard line. And here we go. 4 minutes to play. Early in the shotgun. And now we have illegal motion. And now I think Wayne's also getting some of the jitters.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little bit too loud down there, and we don't have a whole lot of people in the crowd, but I tell you what, right down on the bottom of that bowl of this stadium, once you start screaming and you can hear that the crowd after the fumble saying, "Let's go, Wayne," it carried over right there to the snap of the ball, and Early backed out of there and the ball didn't come out.
Trips to the near side, a pair to the top. Early in the shotgun, deep drop, looking out to the far side, complete to Veers, out at the 43-yard line. He's escorted out of bounds there by Brian Gaylor.
Yeah, he just ran about a 10-yard out to try to get half of the penalty yards back. Early finding right out there in the flat. Nice thrown football. Got out of bounds right there in front of Centerville's bench. Only used up about 10 seconds on the play.
Second and a long 7. Early in the shotgun again. Has time. Looks out to the far side. Complete to Veers as he's escorted out again by, looks like, Brian Gaylor, but should be enough for a first down.
Tell you what, though, the spot down there looks like it's going to be close. I tell you what, they are really... Wait a minute now. What's going on here? They've moved to first down, but they're saying it's third down. All right, I can see what's happening now. I tell you what, man, the referees... They took off 5 seconds off the clock. They want to put it back at 3:46. But the referees never indicated it was a first down. They just spotted the ball at the 35. And let's go. Let's play.
Aaron Curtis in as a receiver in for Dan Snyder, who comes on out. They'll actually huddle up on this play here. First and 10 at the 35. 3:46 on the game clock. Billy Veers comes split out to the near side. Guilford's in a slot to the near side as well. Trips to the top side.
Come.
And here they come. They pick up the blitz, throws over the middle. Guilford gets it at the 20. He spun around and comes down and tackled by Silliman out at the 19-yard line.
Boy, don't count out Wayne. 3:39 left in the game, and Early's got his boys moving. They're in the red zone. First and 10, and I tell you what, Wayne is still in the ball game.
Hair to the far side, trips to the near side this time. Early has time. Home run, ball to the near side. Veers is open, touchdown.
Wow.
That didn't take long.
It ain't over yet, man. It is not over yet. 28-23. What do you do now if you're Wayne? You go for two. You got to go for two. You can't go for one here. You've got to go for two because opportunity now, if you scored a two-point conversion, you're down 28-25. Boy, we sit up here and you're kind of written Wayne off because of the offense that Centerville has. But, boy, I tell you what, that was a nice thrown football right there, and how you can leave Billy Veers wide open. The corner that was covering him kind of slowed down, and Veers just walked into the back of the end zone, touchdown.
They will go for two. Guilford on the slot to the far side. Veers out to the far corner. They throw over the middle. It is incomplete, intended for Guilford, or actually to Veers, and there is no flag. He was covered very well trying to make the two-point conversion, and they do not convert.
Wow, I tell you what, he ran a quick slant, and I tell you what, he actually had an opportunity to catch that football. Looked like he knocked it down, but they're showing the touchdown right there. Yeah, old Veers was about 5 yards behind the corner. Wow, the corner got beat that bad right there in the corner of the end zone. Number 28. No, it wasn't 28. I'm sorry. Veer just wide open in the back of the end zone and nobody there to cover him. How in the world you leave a guy wide open like that? It's unbelievable.
28 seconds off the game clock. That drive only took 4 plays and 45 yards. That was off the fumble, the recovery by Wayne, and the 19-yard touchdown from early to Veers. That is your Planet Ford scoring summary on that. And, of course, we'll see another onside kick.
Oh, I tell you what, man, with 3:32 left in the ball game, you're down 28-23. You got both of your timeouts left. Boy, the Wayne crowd has just arisen from the dead because they're wide awake and they're jumping. But I tell you what, you get this onside kick right here, and if you're Wayne and you get it, boy, I tell you what, this place is going to erupt.
Everybody down to the far side for Wayne. The ball spotted at the 40. Fickert with the play of the game right here. The kick, and it's taken at the 47-yard line and picked up by the Wayne Warrior there. It looks like Tyson Patrick just literally had a brain cramp. Should have let the ball go and see if it would have gone further, but Centerville will take over at the Wayne 47.
Well, right there, he sure did. The brain went to sleep, and I think he was probably behind somebody, didn't see where he was, but let the ball bounce one more time. But this is exactly where they were the last time. Centerville had the football on the onside kick. 3:32 left with 2 timeouts on both teams. You're down 5. Boy, I tell you what an ending of a ball game.
You had mentioned at the beginning of the ball game it was a heavyweight fight. We're going 15 rounds.
Yes, we are.
Split backs behind Drake. Ponder is in a wing to the left. The give goes to one of the up backs across the 45 out to the 43-yard line. Will Johnson on the carry for 4.
Yeah, Johnson on the carry right there, picked up 4. You can tell when Johnson gets the football who gets it because he's leaning forward. But he's moving, he's moving, he's doing what he needs to do, and he gets up 4, but Wayne will call a timeout. Their second timeout of this half.
Second down and 6, 3:28 left to go in this ball game. Now, I know they've called the timeout here, but the way that Wayne has run, in the last drive aside, when they kept going backwards on penalties and then the subsequent fumble, that aside, they've done a great job in putting the ball forward. You think if they get a first down here, Wayne's going to be in a world of hurt one way or the other, even if they force a punt.
Yeah, I tell you right now, I mean, if you're Wayne, you have got to stop them. You cannot afford to let Centerville get a first down. One first down here puts a lot of pressure on Wayne. But, once again, it only takes a second. We saw Cravens on the 3rd down play fumble the last possession. So Wayne's defense has not quit. They're still there.
Geoff Kim, David Fulcher here in Cincinnati over at Paul Brown Stadium. Centerville and Wayne, we have been entertained. Hopefully you have been too. The winner of this ball game will take on the winner of St. X Coleraine in the nightcap here at Paul Brown Stadium. All right, both teams get back out of the huddle and to the line. It's like an extra tight end has come on in for the Wayne Warriors. One back behind Dan Drake. Ball is spotted at the 43-yard line of Wayne. The give goes to the back, stacked up at the line. A host of them there, led by Keith Dixon, as well as Jeff Cleveland.
No, Jeff Cleveland right there. He has definitely been in this ball game, been on top of the footballs. He's in double digits, I have to say, on tackles. But right there, that was a big play. It was 2nd down and about 6. They only gave up 2 yards there. Big play right here on 3rd down.
Ravens and Johnson in the backfield. Ponder is a wing to the left. And one wide out in the package, Scott Baldwin. Drake barking out the signals, looking right, looking left. Now gets the call he wants. Looks like Wayne's going to come on a blitz. And now they're going to stack up the running back, and he's going to be thrown back a couple of yards.
Johnson. Boy, they gave Johnson a football. And I'm going to tell you something. The Wayne defense has just stepped up to the plate big time. Down 28-10 at 1 minute in this ball game, and here they are. 28-23, 4th down. Big play call right here if you're Centerville. But, man, you got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Boy, if you get up and go get something to drink, boy, you're missing it because we ain't missing it here.
Timeout charge to the Warriors. 2:44 left to go in regulation. In this ball game, 28-23 in favor of the Elks. Well, this is kind of like a head-scratcher time if you're the head coach, Ron Olery, for Centerville, because now you got the ball at the 41-yard line. Obviously, you can't kick a field goal. Going for it might not make a whole lot of sense, but at the same time, punting, what does that help you if you only get a net of 20?
Well, I tell you what, you've got to be able to put this football down there inside the 10-yard line if you're going to punt it. You'd have to punt the football. There's no way you go for the football here. Go for it on 4th down and 5 because you're going to give the Wayne football team 60 yards to play with. This is very important here. Big play.
Joe Guilford at his own 11. He is the lone return man. P.J. Powell at his own 47-yard line to punt it away.
Got to watch the line of scrimmage.
Good snap. It's a high spiraling punt. Guilford calling fair catch. It comes down at the 11. It takes a slight Centerville, beg your pardon, Wayne bounce to the 12-yard line. And with 2:35 left to play in this ball game, the Warriors need to go 88 yards.
Here we go. Tell you what, man, I talk like Daytona 500. 2 laps to go around that track. What them boys say? Lock her up, baby. Here we go. You got 2 minutes, 2:30 left in the ball game. It only took Wayne their last possession 4 or 5 plays to get in the end zone. No time. They got plenty of time today. 2:35, and they got Early. Early said he's been here early. Now he wants to get it in the end zone as soon as he can.
He's accounted for 3 touchdowns today, and a touchdown scamper on the second play of the game, and then a pair of touchdown passes. Mishandle on the snap. He gets it. Now rolls to the right. Throws. It's complete out of the 20-yard line, and it goes to number 6, Nick Childers, as he steps out of bounds out of the 22-yard line, about a yard short of the first down.
Boy, I tell you what, you can see the coach, Minton, come right up to Childers and say, get out of bounds. You ain't got nowhere to go. Catch the football, get out of bounds. And sure enough, gain about 9 right there and gets out of bounds. Big play right there for Wayne.
2:27 left on the game clock. Trips to the top side, and his slot is Guilford. Veers out to the wide side. Blitz, and now here's Early on the keeper across the 25, falls ahead to the 29-yard line. So the Elks came with extra people, and they made him pay for it. Number 16, Tyler Oplogle on the tackle.
Yes, they did. They sent the house right there and tried to get him. He snapped up in a pocket, picked up the first down. The chain is moving.
2:19 on the game clock. 1st and 10 at the 29. Shotgun Early. Looking left, throwing left. For Veers, it is complete out at midfield.
He got it.
He came down with it, and then the ball comes away at the end, but they call it a first down, a gain of 21 for Veers.
Boy, he threw that up in the air for grabs. He had the corner right there in front of him. Veers went up and played defense and took it away from him. He had an opportunity to knock it down. Instead, Veers coming with the play, number 17. The corner out there playing linebacker, Brian Gaylor, had a chance to get it. Oh, man, we got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. And, wow, timeout Centerville.
We got a ball game. We got a ball game here in Cincinnati, folks. The Wayne side of the stands here have come alive. Everybody's on their feet. And you look across the way to Centerville side. They're all standing, but they're in stunned disbelief.
Yes, they are. They were up 28-10 with about 7-8 minutes left in this ball game, and they were all over there partying. Come on, Elks. Come on, Elks. Here they are, 50 yards. 2 minutes and 10 seconds from Wayne taking the lead. But, boy, I tell you what, football ain't over. It ain't never over until the fat lady sing, and I haven't heard her. I'm looking for her, and I haven't heard her, so the game is still going.
You know, we've only seen 25 seconds elapse off the game clock since Wayne took over the ball at their own 13. They've moved the ball 37 yards on 3 plays, and they come out of the timeout. Trips to the near side. Veers out on the far side. Guilford in the backfield with Early. Shotgun look. Alex looking over the middle. Pulls the ball down. Now finds some time to the near side. Looking to throw on the move. Throws on the move. It is complete. The show's on a one-handed grab. Unbelievable.
Are you kidding me?
He came down with it at the 30, fell ahead at the 28, and fell out of bounds with under 2 minutes to play.
What a catch. One-handed catch. Oh, my Lord. Can you believe it? He threw that thing up in the air, and he come up with a one-hander. What a catch.
What? I know the 4-letter network, ESPN, doesn't do high school games as their top 10, but that one belongs on a top 10.
Yes, it does. I'm going to give him the da-da-da, da-da-da.
Trips to the far side. A pair to the near. Early in the shotgun again. Looking middle. Throwing. It is incomplete. Childers caught it out of bounds out at the 19-yard line, defended there by number 31, John McConaughey, out of his corner spot.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I think Alex Early missed the guy that he wanted. Number 3, Aaron Curtis, ran a quick slant. There was nobody by him. They all ran right past him. He threw the ball to the flat. Boy, he had Curtis wide open right at the numbers and could have took that one to the end zone.
Trips to the top side. Veer split out furthest to the left. On the near shot, here's Curtis on a quick hitter at the 20. He takes it up to the 15, and he's knocked backwards there.
And you know what? They come right back to the same exact play, and they caught Curtis right on the numbers again. And sure enough, I saw it, and I think the coaches saw it too, and they came right back to get the ball to Curtis right there on the numbers inside the red zone.
Tackled by Tyler Replogo. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. $1:44.
Little movement.
And we have movement on the line. Bad snap anyways, and it's a false start.
Wow. Slow. And the only thing that's slowing the Wayne football team down today is their own mistakes right there. Number 77, the big tackle, Eric Hickendorn, was right there, and he actually moved his feet back on the snap of the ball.
Gilmer's in a slot to the left. Snyder in a slot to the right. 5 wideouts in the package. A trio to the top side. Early in the shotgun once again. Looks down the middle, and now we've got a flag. Stopping play.
Uh-oh, maybe it's been a line-up offside, maybe? Yep, encroachment.
Wow, you give
Centerville.
5, you take 5.
I tell you what, partner, boy, to see these football teams play like they're playing tonight, boy, you hate to see a team lose, but somebody has to, and boy, we've had a good game today.
Absolutely. Veer split out to the far side. Guilford in a slot next to him. They look left. Look over the middle for Guilford.
Got him.
He's got a touchdown. Wayne has got the lead.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow. What a football game. What a way to fight down. 28-10. Dayton Wayne down 28-10 with 7-8 minutes left in the ball game. And they've come out of nowhere to score 19 points in about 7 minutes of football.
Guilford got behind the linebacker Replogo, and that was that. Wayne with the lead.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me that they come back? Boy, I tell you what, there is no quit whatsoever in this football game today. And we talked about early, not having a good first half. He come out the second half, and he had just turned it on.
We got a flag on the field, some discussion, a delay of game, and it's going to go against Wayne. I don't know why you don't go for 2 here. You're up by 1 point, 29-28. I don't know why you don't go for 2.
Well, I tell you what, why not going for 2, I have no clue. But I tell you what, it puts a lot of pressure on a football team that loves to run the football. And to be down by 2 points, wow.
What a turn of events. Good snap and a fake. Here's Veers. He throws end zone. It is incomplete. Well, I think we all saw that coming. It was intended on that far side for Troy Gilmer. But a nice little razzle-dazzle play for Wayne, and they still have a 1-point lead with 78 ticks of the clock left to go.
A lot of time left in a football game, but when you're running offense, you've thrown 2 passes. Wow. How in the world you come down? You're down 28-10. Boy, practically almost written off the Wayne football team. The Warriors were written off. Boy, but I tell you what, I guess they don't call them Warriors for nothing.
Absolutely.
And
this is their first lead since 8:49 left to go in the first quarter.
Wow. I tell you what, Aaron Early, 3 TD passes, 1 TD run today. I guess I know who's going to be my player of the game. You don't even have to ask me twice.
Scoring drive here for the Warriors, by the way. 7 plays. It goes 87 yards in, about a buck and 15 seconds, capped off by the 15-yard touchdown strike from Early to Guilford.
Wow, what a ball game. What a ball game. We're actually sharing the booth here with the Centerville broadcast team from their high school here, man. And I tell you what, boy, at 8 minutes, I looked over at them, man. They were already had the suitcases packed to come back down here next week. But here we are, boy. I tell you what, the Sea of Red. The Sea of Red said, we are going to part the Red Sea. We coming back. We want to come back.
This has been a classic. 15-round heavyweight fight. Fickert with the kick. Taken at the 10-yard line by Cravens. It will reverse to Johnson to the 20. He steps forward up to the 23, stacked up there by a whole bunch of Wayne Warriors.
Boy, the Red Sea coming up to tackling. Tried to run that reverse. They probably would have did better off if the Cravens would have kept it, because everybody was chasing Johnson, trying to get the speedster up the sideline. But, boy, I tell you what, number 14, Keith Dixon, he's another one that we called his name all day, made the tackle on special teams.
The difference in this ball game is Centerville just needs a field goal, and they have a decent field goal kicker in Chris Melhorn, perfect 3 of 3, and has hit on 32 of 34 extra points coming into this ball game.
Boy, look at this offensive formation here.
Twins to the top side. Single back. Drake throwing. Home run ball to the near side. Incomplete out of the 50-yard line. Intended out there for Will Johnson, who came out of the backfield.
Well, I tell you what, they got Johnson lined up left, have 2 receivers lining up top, and trying to get the football into your playmaker's hand. Drake, once again, we talked about how running the football is what has made the bread and butter for this offense. Now they're going throughout the, I don't know where they're getting these plays from, because it's not in the playbook.
Queen T formation, and now Drake on a rollout to the far side. Keeps it, now throws on the move. It is incomplete out at the 45-yard line. Looking out there for Scott Baldwin, and he was defended well by Keith Dixon.
And I believe that Drake was over the line of scrimmage when he threw that football.
Wow.
It's a loss of down, too. Should be a loss of down.
Conceivably 2 more plays in Centerville's season.
If I'm not mistaken, once you cross the line of scrimmage, it was 2nd down, so you're going to lose that and a down.
And then -5 on the yards, 3rd and 15.
Well, you got 2 plays right here. You're asking an offense that runs the football to now throw it. And I think the people in the red here are feeling pretty good.
Pair on each side, wide receivers, that is. Drake under center, sprints out to the far side, fakes, now throws.
Oh, he's got him.
He's got a man open, incomplete out of the 45-yard line. Hit a man with a step out there.
Wow.
Out to the far side.
Boy, you're asking a guy like Drake to throw the football 30 yards down the field. Boy, he had his wide out, wide open. He had him wide open. He was 2 steps behind the defenders. Oh, man. I tell you what, we probably would have had an earthquake in here if he'd caught that one.
Ian Bowman was the intended receiver, and a timeout charged away. This is the play of the game coming up right here after the timeout. 4th down.
Wow, what a football game.
We might not see a TKO, but we did see a 15-rounder today, and I will say this. You look at the beginning of the game where Early had the quarterback keeper for the scamper. You saw the 2 touchdown passes by Centerville, and you see them dominate on the line of scrimmage, and then back came Wayne with a lot of heart to score 19 unanswered, and got a 1-point affair right now with just under a minute left to go. We could not have asked for a better game.
We talked about a heavyweight fight, partner. I tell you what, for the first 13 rounds, Centerville just been hammering Wayne. It's one of them kind of fights where you see the boxer just getting beat, get knocked down, get up, blood all over the place. And I'll tell you what, man, they went to the bench or to the corner and shook it off, gave him a swig of water. And I tell you what, Wayne has come out and said, you know what, we're not going to go down. We're going to go down fighting.
Given where we're at in Cincinnati, you could call this the rumble in the jungle.
Yes, sir. We are in the jungle here at Paul Brown Stadium. And I tell you what, Centerville and Wayne has just put on an excellent show. Let's hope it carries over to the night's game as well as to next week when the Bengals host the Indianapolis Colts in here.
Playing the game right here. Drake on the roll, looking long, throwing long. It is incomplete out of the 45-yard line. Wayne will take over on downs. They'll win this ball game.
Wow. I tell you what, man. They always say cancel Christmas. Right there, Centerville had an opportunity. They were up 28-10. Wayne comes out of nowhere. And I tell you what, Coach Minton on the sideline is up in a bit, and how happy can he be? His defense was taken to the test. And I tell you what, man, early comes out and gets it done.
Ball was intended for Tony Foligno, but the ball was about 5 yards in front of him, too deep. 47 seconds left to go in this ball game. It's the victory formation for the Warriors. Kneel down by Erlin.
Wow. Woo-wee. I talked to the coach. I talked to the Wayne coach Minton on Wednesday on my show. And I tell you what, man, he told me, he said, you know what, this is a different ball game. And it is. And they're here. And they're moving on.
And then another kneel down, and we see Centerville coming across the line in a hurry. And that's all they need. That is it. See you later. Final score here in Cincinnati as we see Ron O'Leary and Jay Minton come across, shake hands with one another. You could not have asked for a more thrilling game than what we had here in Cincinnati. Wayne 29, Centerville 28. This game has come to a close. What a finish.
Well, what a finish that it is, partner. Started this game at 0-0. In this game by winning by 1 point. Boy, I tell you what, man, Wayne showed some serious heart down 28-10.
An absolute classic here in Cincinnati. We'll take a timeout right here. David and I will come back and wrap it up on 980 Homer, the Sports Animal.
Now, it's the G-Walk Game of the Week postgame show. Let's get back to the stadium for the wrap-up of tonight's game. Here's Scott Leo and David Fulcher.
Geoff Kim, David Fulcher, we have seen a great one. We're calling this what, the Rumble in the Jungle?
The Rumble in the Jungle high school style.
29-28, Wayne comes away a winner. They come back from the dead. With 7 minutes left to go in this ball game, they were down 28-10, and then they go essentially, if you want to use a basketball term, on a 19-0 run.
I tell you what, man, it's just unbelievable just to watch both of these football teams play the way they played, man. But Wayne down 28-10, man, unbelievable that they can come back with the type of offense that Centerville has, that they can put the ball a game away by controlling the clock. In the last 8 minutes of the game, they didn't do it.
Just a fantastic finish. First and foremost, let's go to the player of the ball game. You made this one pretty much clear in your mind who the player of the ball game was.
No, player of the game. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, and buts. We talked about watching this guy play in the first half of the first game, even the game they played where they won 38-0. And obviously my quarterback early is going to be the one that's the player of the game, but to watch him the first half, rush the football for a touchdown, the offense was slowed down. The second half, he just completely came out and did exactly what he wanted to do. And I tell you what, there is no other player of the game than the one we had today and early on this offense.
You know what? He showed a lot of heart. He really did, because when you're down 28-10 with a team that dominated on the line of scrimmage as well as the Elks did, he could have just given up and not performed to his best. And mind you, he did get a couple of big plays, but I'll tell you what, when he got hot, he got awfully hot.
No, he didn't. I think Scott watching. I'm calling you Scott. I'm thinking about Scott here. But I'm telling you, Kim, I'm telling you, today, the way he played today, I tell you what, just shows the leadership that he has. And this is a football team that needed a leader. And I tell you what, they got a leader. And I tell you what, he is just, unbelievable to watch him play. God, you know what? You hate to see him be a senior and getting out of here. But, boy, he played an excellent game today. And that's why he is my player of the game.
Player of the game brought to you by Steve Fenstermaker Agencies and the Flower Man. Also now to your defensive side here, Fulcher's Vulture, brought to you by Karen's Country Market and Diner in Castro.
Well, I tell you what, there are a lot of people on this football field today. The whole entire defense could be the Fulcher's Vultures because they were flying around, especially that last 8 minutes. They did a whole lot of things. But, God, I was calling this guy's number all day today from his linebacker position. And Jeff Cleveland, number 26, was getting it done, chasing the football, making big plays. He was around the football, and he got his other teammates involved. And I tell you what, that's why that's my Fulcher's Vulture player of the game.
Oh,
defensive
my goodness.
player of the game.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, I will say this, as we kind of break down at least a scoring summary in this ball game. And let's go back to the first half. On the second play of the ball game, it was a 50-yard touchdown run by Alex Early. And that set the ball in motion for the Wayne Warriors 7-0. And then the subsequent drive by the Elks, it was a 70-yard touchdown pass from Dan Drake to Robert Ponder. That wrapped up a 5-play, 82-yard drive, tied up at 7. And then the Elks would take the lead from there on a 40-yard halfback option pass from Will Johnson to Scott Baldwin. Point after was good. That ended the first half 14-7 in favor of Centerville. Then after that, that's when things got a little crazy. When I say a little crazy, I mean a lot crazy. In that second half, it looked like the Warriors were going to get a second life. They got a block punt, then a subsequent 37-yard field goal by Josh Fickert. 3 plays, 4 yards. They couldn't move the ball, but they did get points on that. That turned out to be a very crucial field goal in light of what had happened today. 14-10 in favor of Centerville. And then, you see trading punts. You see then a 24-yard touchdown run by James Cravens. And that looked like at that point that had broken the game wide open in the third quarter with 6:13 left to go in said third quarter. That capped off a 6-play, 56-yard drive, and then Centerville had a 21-10 lead. And then you look to the fourth quarter, capping off a 9-minute-plus drive, a 2-yard touchdown run by Will Johnson with 7:12 left to go in the ball game, and it looked like the Elks were in Fat City. 28-10. At that point, you and I were looking at one another and saying, Wayne has a spark of life, but at the same time, if Centerville gets the ball back and gets some first downs, they run the clock out.
And we talked about the first down. I think it was like maybe 3.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes left in the ball game where it was like 3rd down and 5. And we said to ourselves, if they can go ahead and get this first down here with the 1 timeout or the 2 timeouts that they had left over, there's a possibility that the game was over. And you know what? They actually fumbled the football. They fumbled the football. You gave the ball back to them, and before you know it, Wayne was going down the field trying to score. And I'll tell you what, man, what can you say about the football game today and the way it went? Unbelievable game.
Unbelievable. And now back came Wayne, down 21-10. Beg your pardon, 28-10. It was early to Veers on a 48-yard touchdown pass, capping off a 7-play, 71-yard drive that went about a minute and a half. Point after was good. 28-17. They get the ball back. Nice defensive stop. Actually, I believe on a fumble. And at that point, there was a Will Johnson fumble, I believe. So at the 4-minute mark, Wayne gets the ball back. Take only 28 seconds off the clock. Goes 45 yards, capped off on 4 plays on a 19-yard touchdown pass from Early to Veers. They didn't get the 2-point conversion, and at that point, they were down 28-22. Beg your pardon, 28-23. And then you saw the nice defensive stop on the other end. Wayne gets the ball back at their own 13-yard line with 2:35 left to play in the ball game. They go on a 7-play drive, 87 yards, and it's capped off by our play of the game. Veers split out to the far side. Guilford in a slot next to him. They look left, look over the middle for Guilford.
Got him.
He's got a touchdown. Wayne has got the lead.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow. What a football game. What a way to fight down. 28-10. Dayton Wayne down 28-10 with 7-8 minutes left in the ball game. And they come out of nowhere to score 19 points in about 7 minutes of football.
Guilford got behind the linebacker Reflogel, and that was that. Wayne with the lead.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
We're not kidding you. The play of the game brought to you by Centerville embroidered me. And the 2-point conversion, no good. Wayne made the stop on 4 downs. Now, mind you, Centerville didn't help themselves with a Dan Drake pass over the line of scrimmage. But that was that. Wayne got a couple plays in the victory formation, and they win it in a final 29-28. They will face the winner of tonight's marquee matchup here in Cincinnati, St. X, the #1 team in the state, against the defending state champs, Coleraine.
And he's sitting here talking about St. X and Coleraine, which is coming up next, or not next on the station, but here in the stadium. And already the Coleraine faithful, I know about them. They are already here. It was black on the other side, black and gold with Centerville. All of a sudden, it's the sea of red coming in here. And Coleraine, when they pack it in here, they pack it in here. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to the next ball game, obviously being played here tonight. But our next, if we have an opportunity to cover the game between Wayne and the winner of this game, I'm telling you, football is really good in Ohio, especially this year. Football is really good.
The amazing thing about this ballgame, and unfortunately we don't have the complete numbers here for you, but the amazing thing about this ball game is, out of this 48-minute ball game, Centerville had the ball for nearly 32 minutes.
Wow.
And Wayne only converted on one of their third down attempts all game long, but they come away a 1-point winner. If nothing else, that shows me the heart of a winner. And congratulations to Jay Minton and to Alex Early and the rest of the Wayne Warriors. They really showed it, especially in the final 7 minutes of the ball game.
I'm telling you, man, the Wayne football team, the Warriors, came out and were warriors today. There's no reason why that any team has to lose, but it has to. But right now, the Wayne Warriors are going to be moving on, and they're going to battle one of these two top teams here in Cincinnati.
Before we wrap things up, I want to give you kind of a playoff perspective here on the other regions. Of course, Region 4, Division 1, Wayne will take on the winner of St. X and Coleraine. That is at 6 o'clock tonight. Of course, we won't have the game here, but that game will be a huge game down here in Cincinnati. We're expecting, 20, 30,000 people for that one?
Oh, yes.
They're expecting a huge crowd for that one. And Division 2 in Region 8, the Goomba at halftime had given you some of these scores, and we'll kind of recap some of those scores. Springboro will move on to the regional final in Region 8. 38-19 winners over Miami Trace. They'll face Carroll, who were 28-21 winners over West Carrollton last night. Division 3, last night in the action, Region 10, it was Clyde defeating CJ in overtime 17-14. They will take on Springfield Shawnee. They were 13-3 winners over Alter in Troy last night. Region 4, in Region 4, as we continue to look down it's in Division 4, Region 16. It'll be Valley View tonight, 10-1, against Clinton Massey, 9-2. That'll be at Middletown's Barnett Stadium. They'll take on the winner of the Lemon Monroe, and they're 10-1. They'll take on Jonathan Alder, also 10-1. They'll play that game over at Cox Stadium in Xenia. Region 20, Division 5. These were games from last night. Cincinnati Hills Christian, 34-28 winners over Arcanum. The Trojans finished their season at 10-2. And in Piqua last night, it was Lima Central Catholic, 19-14 winners over Anna. The Rockets finished their season at 10-2 as well. And to wrap things up in Division 6, in Region 24 in Sydney tonight, it'll be Marion Local 8-3. They are the 8th seed taking on the 5 seed Delphus St. John's. They're 9-2. And then in Wapakoneta and Harmon Field, it'll be Dola Hardin Northern. They're the 2 seed, 11-0 against Springfield Catholic Central, 10-1. Well, again, we call this the Rumble in the Jungle. We'll see if that name hangs on here throughout the duration. I think they won't be forgetting this one in Huber Heights for a long time.
No, I don't think so, and I think that they're going to be well represented. Dayton's going to be well represented by a pretty good football team next week here. And I tell you what, I'm wishing and I'm hoping that we down in Dayton or up in Dayton can do it and move on, because we like to go with them.
You know what? The one thing that's on my mind right now is the fact that I had the pleasure of working with you for this ball game. I'm going to have to find a way to get Scott Leo out of the broadcast booth next week and work with you again.
I tell you what, man, Scott's going to get you. He's going to get at you. You know, we wanted Scott to be here today, man, and the fill-in for you, Scott, went well. But I tell you what, man, it's been a long, good year of high school football, and it doesn't slow down, man. And what Wayne and Centerville just put on today just goes to show how far the GWAP, how far football has come from down there to bringing it up here. And I tell you what, Wayne is going to give one of these two teams a whole handful, and I hope to see Wayne take it over.
David, one way or the other, we'll see you next week.
That we will. Again, your final here at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. Wayne 29, Centerville 28. Special thanks go out to our on-site engineer, Vern Howard. Take a bow. To our studio engineer, our halftime host, the Goombot, Dave Alexander. He was helped also as well by Kevin O'Boyle. For David Fulcher, I'm Geoff Kim, saying so long from Cincinnati.